getting dicey.
Right, so there's a couple of things I want to get into before. Well, I'll put you on the map first. That's the first thing I can do.
Okay.
On the map, there's a couple of things I've written down for the aftermath of the Abbey. Now, you guys went into what was classified as the madhouse section of the Abbey to murder the rest of the mongrel folk as well as the ones that were in the sheds. In total, there was probably around almost 30 more for you to kill. And considering one room... look, any battle is not going to be an easy battle, especially when you've got some that are so ravenous to harm you. So I've decided there was going to be some damage to you lot. We kind of went through the... we skipped past the actual fighting, but I think it's pretty understandable that it was going to take its toll on you, what you were doing, who you were having to kill. So what I'm going to need from all of you, first of all, is a wisdom saving throw.
My character actually just didn't get hit, though. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, sure.
But I specified that American doesn't get hit.
And while you guys are rolling that, I'll just get some Krezk sounds going.
Wisdom save.
A wisdom saving throw, yeah.
Ooh. Oh dear. I rolled a 1 + 9.
Okay.
So not great.
I rolled a 14 total.
Cool.
I rolled at 8 + 3.
It's a total of 11. So, American and Baron, you've both failed the roll. So I was looking for 12 or higher. This was basically to see what kind of toll this was going to be taking on you mentally. You know, you're going in there. There was a baby in there. There was ones that you weren't 100% certain about killing. There were some kids or very kid-like ones playing in a little fort that they have made. The toll of killing these weighs on you heavily, and you exit the Abbey with a level of exhaustion.
Oof.
So until you long rest, you're going to have disadvantage on all ability checks. From now, not including that one, thankfully. Bill is fine. Well, I mean, he's still exhausted from his terrible sleep he had the night before, so it was a good roll. I'm sure you're glad you didn't have another level of exhaustion to chuck on top.
Oh my gosh.
I have no problem with what just happened.
Also,
In fact, you feel better.
there have been some casualties. Give me a D3, please, Shannon.
A D3. I had one
yeah.
of those.
Give
I
us a
can roll
D6 and
You're
D6
going to have
and
to
half
roll
it.
it on the...
Or
Here's a D6.
Yeah, D6 and half it.
A 3.
Okay, so that would be. We'll round down. So you
will say 1 and 2 is a 1, 2 and 3
Yeah.
is a 2, 3.
Wait, 1 and 2 is a 1, 3 and
Fuck.
4 is a 2. All right, it's a 2.
4,
It's a 2
5, and
then.
6.
Okay, so you've lost 2 of your skeletons
What?
in the fight. They were rushed by that
Oh my God.
by the room of mongrel folk, and were taken out. American, you also took 7 points of damage. Baron, you took 11 points of damage.
Oh.
Bill, you took 13 points of damage.
Ouch.
And when Adam arrives, Morley will have taken 10 points of
He's
damage.
dead.
And we'll, that's actually why he's not here at the moment.
Surprise!
He wanted me to get
Because I
through
just
all
decided
of
that you died.
this. Yeah.
That's what happens when you're late.
So yeah, we'll get him to do his roll for his wisdom saving throw when he gets in as well. The other thing is you do also have on one handed between the four of you. Ismark and Irina had already left and was waiting outside the gates. Each of you received from the abbot a vial of holy water. So you've each got a vial of holy water on you as well.
It's not urine, is it?
If it's been blessed, it might as it's fine.
True.
That's true. Can you bless urine to make it holy?
Holy was.
And
That's
cool.
sort of like adding insult to injury when you throw it at someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubbing salt in the wound, so to speak.
Literally.
And he doesn't drink much water, the abbot. Maybe that's why he's all golden.
Irina and Ismark are maybe halfway down this path back towards Krezk. And you've got this wagon. They look. You can see them stop and wait for you when they hear the sound of the wagon coming down this pathway. And it's only maybe 10 minutes until you catch up. Ismark and Irina see the absolute toll that you are wearing on your faces, but they've got no idea what has happened, how successful you were. All they know is they didn't want to be a part of what was going to go down. Ismark looks up at you, Mirakin, on the front of the wagon. Oh, Bill?
I was just going to ask, sorry to break your flow, but
No,
did we mold earth all the Belleviews into the ground, or did
that's up to you guys. Did you bury them, or did you just leave them for the abbot to clean up?
I think we would bury them, right, guys?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
As a measure of respect.
So that might have taken a minute.
David's just going to come into construction.
10 times 6 seconds. That's fine.
And Ismark sees you approaching, looks up at you, Mirakin, and says, "Are you all right, Mirakin? I hate to ask, but how did it go?"
No, I'm not all right, Ismark. This truly is hell. We've been through hell today.
And he nods. You all look worse for wear. Are we? What's the plan from here?
I suppose we need to go down back into town and make our next move.
What do you think Dimitri is going to make of all this?
Well, he has a son. That's the most important thing.
There's going to be a lot less inhuman laughter and screaming coming from the cliffs.
I think Krezk will feel a lot safer than it has.
There is the matter of the water.
Well, there's not much we can do about that, I don't think, Mirakin. It wasn't really your doing.
Well, will they believe that? It's like doom follows us wherever we go. And I am going to take the time, though, to give a flask of holy water to Irina and nod.
Thank you, Mirakin. Are you sure you don't want to hold on to this yourself?
You have a fine throwing arm, Irina.
Thank you. I'll take care of this. Is this from the abbot, is it?
Yes.
Is this all we have, or did he offer anything else for what you did for him up there?
He did say he may be able to help us with favors, healing magics in the future, should we need it.
Okay, well, let's head into town, I guess. And obviously there's not much room in or around this wagon with the remaining skeletons piled in, or have you dropped this facade now, Baron, and let them just walk alongside it?
Yeah, they can just walk.
Okay. All right. Irina and Ismark.
Two of them are carrying Matt and Patty, who were murdered.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt and Patty. I don't remember them.
Yeah,
Did they get named off camera?
Yeah, they did. I don't want to... It's currently got Vesta, Vargas, Tanya, Derek, Winona, Trent, Mandy, Florence, and R.I.P. Patty and Matt.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't there a third one that got killed a session ago as well? Tracy got
killed back at the tower. I mean,
there was another one that dropped in the madhouse. What's that noise?
Yeah, it could have been Trish.
Trish.
Right, yeah. So you've got Trish. It's obviously in an inanimate state at the moment as well. So
yes.
three down. Cool. You guys make your way down this winding path, lit only by. It's quite late now. A lot of time has been spent up at that up at the Abbey, talking and investigating.
Murdering.
I prefer the term euthanasia.
And then burying the dead. There's been a lot of time, and it is mid-evening now, and it's getting pretty dark. The clouds are lit up from the moon high above it, and you're using the light from that for the most part to gauge the direction down this path. And you make it to the bottom of this the hill that the Abbey stood on, and there are the Krezk is looking a little livelier than it has before. There's a lot of angry people talking to Dimitri, and he's telling them all to calm down and step back, and that I'll deal with it. Don't you worry, he says as he tries to. And they're all holding torches and pitchforks. They're angry, and you can hear them talking about how the water isn't pure anymore. You can hear how the dirty taste to it. How did this occur? What happened to the statue in the gazebo? What have these new people that Dimitri has allowed into Krezk? What have they done? And also, why is there no more noise? Why is there no bell ringing from above the hill anymore? And they're just furious. They're angry, and Dimitri is trying really hard to placate them. And they see you all heading down, and they just turn disgusted, and leave to their homes, leaving Dimitri outside.
A disgusted mob, leaving with their pitchforks and
they're just
torches. That's good.
Well, they were just using the pitchforks in the fields. It was just a coincidence.
They were just working.
They
They were just working.
And I like
it's just getting late, and they had finished work.
yeah. I like the idea that they're like, and what happened to the inhuman screams? We love that. Now it's all silent and creepy.
The precious gazebo that we looked after so well.
Yeah.
What are they on about the
cheerful
gazebo?
laughter, the inhuman laughter that always put a smile on my face in the morning. Where is it?
That's how I woke up.
Yeah.
Oh man.
There's a certain
The crime
cackle
at night time.
always got me.
Dimitri sees you all arriving, and you pull the horse and the wagon to a stop next to him. What has happened? What happened to your trip down to the pools this morning? And what is going on?
Well, unfortunately, Strahd happened.
And he stops. The anger on his face drops, his jaw drops, and his eyes widen. What do you mean?
Well, we were... How much do you know about that pool? Have there been any funny reports from people about what happens there?
There were stories of Sergei his soul inhabiting the pool, but it's all fairy tales. What has this got to do with anything?
I think Strahd was angry about Sergei inhabiting that pool, and he was not happy that we were having a wee chat with him.
Yeah, it was not a fairy tale.
You were
Sergei
talking...
was in the pool.
Oh my God!
I do
true.
want to clarify, I don't believe he's here. Or we haven't seen any evidence of that, but lightning did strike.
Oh, you're talking Strahd. Okay, yeah.
What Strahd? No, we heard him.
Yeah.
You did see the clouds take the form of Strahd's face as well in the sky before that lightning.
He might have been a cloud. Maybe.
That cloud did look an awful lot like
It was-
Strahd.
yeah.
I wasn't just imagining it.
I think it looked like a cow.
That
Well, I mean, same.
You might have been looking to the cloud next to it, Brian.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's true. There was the cloud with fangs. It struck
Yeah.
the pool with a massive bolt of lightning, completely obliterated, and it's killed Sergei's spirit. And I guess he was purifying the pool, but he's gone now, thanks to Strahd.
Oh my God! We all heard the lightning, thunder. That's the people ran down to see what had occurred, and the gazebo and the statue no more.
The gazebo was destroyed.
But we do have some good news.
Do we?
Notice how
Yeah, do
silent.
we?
Notice the silence. How
Dimitri
about that?
sort of keeps an ear out and says, "Yes, it's quiet. Is there more?"
That's pretty good, right? No maniacal laughter.
Screams.
You're right. What have you done?
We went and had a chat to the abbot.
Before we continue with that conversation, welcome in, Adam, Morley. There's a couple of things I need you to do before you get into this to the session. I need to get a wisdom saving throw from you. So this is all about the toll on you mentally that wiping out all of the mongrel folk at the abbot has done to you. So I need to get a wisdom saving throw. Oh, you're on mute. Still on mute. It's not working. That's all right. We can figure things out. Everyone also got a single vial of holy water as well. So from the abbot for doing what they did. Hopefully we can. No, he's gone.
Died.
All right. For once, this is actually going to have to be a part of the podcast that I edit out. For once, I'll have to do some editing.
I love how we just do it in one take every week. Just
Yeah.
smooth.
Just smooth as. Okay, well, I guess we can continue the conversation with Dimitri and Bill.
Yeah, pretty good, right? No
You
more
conversed.
worrying about that.
You conversed
was
with
going
the
on.
abbot. Oh, okay. I think we. Yep, I think we can hear you now.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Give it a tap just to make sure it's the right mic. Just to make sure. Perfect. Cool. Wisdom saving throw, please, Adam.
I was trying to make this joke before, right off the cuff. I was like, oh, no, Morley's good. Morley's good with all the slaughter. He's fine.
Yeah, not bothered. He loved it.
Am I bothered?
If anything, he's feeling better about himself than before.
So two people failed this roll and one person succeeded. So we'll see how you go.
Wisdom.
Wisdom save.
The funny thing about wisdom is I don't have a lot of it. Now, I have a buff to the next saving throw I make. I get to roll with some sort of buff that you gave me.
That was because of that statue. It was basically while you're holding it, every ability roll that you take, you get to add one to it.
Yeah.
So you just add
So
one.
get ready to add one to this roll. 9 in that
plus
case.
1. Make it 10. That's a fail.
No. That was 8 plus 1.
You've got a 1
Another one.
for your proficiency of wisdom as well. So it's 9 plus 1. It's 10 total. It's good. It's still a fail. So what that means is the toll of killing these mongrel folk weighs heavily on you. And you're going to take 1 level of exhaustion. And you're going to keep that until you have a long rest. And that means any ability checks until your next long rest is going to be at disadvantage. Starting now.
Maniac.
You also
Who
take.
let this guy DM?
You also
Welcome to my life.
during that scuffle, you also took 10 points of damage. And I like to think it was Otto that managed to like really get you in the head with one really good hit. But you've taken 10 damage during that fight.
Multiple ones with the pommel of his dagger.
yeah. But you also, the abbot also gave you, and one to everybody, a vial of holy water. So add a vial of holy water to your inventory.
God, I'll
And
tell you
I
what,
gave-
of all the nights to be late, the one where I needed to do a shitload of admin to get started wasn't it, was it?
Yeah.
I gave my holy water to Irina.
Yeah, you've all made it down into Krezk, and there's been a lot of angry people talking to Dimitri about the state of the water and the gazebo and the statue, and they've all been dismissed. Dimitri's managed to get them away, and Bill is now currently talking to Dimitri. You talked to the abbot?
We did.
Did you thank him for bringing my son back for me?
Not specifically, but we did find out about why he wants the wedding dress.
Tell me more.
Well, we think it is quite important. He has produced, I guess you could say, a bride for Strahd.
Okay.
It's madness. It will never work.
Made
When-
from the dead limbs of the
Oh, how much do
people
we want
that
to?
live here.
So
By
you-
the way,
how
she's
much
made
do we
of dead
want?
people.
How much of that do we want to give away, team?
He's mad.
So are you telling him? Are you telling Dimitri that it's?
I
made up?
think I'm going to tell him that.
Well, we could
because-
tell him that, but he'll soon forget about it when we say, but on the other hand, she was fucking smoking.
It was worth it. Smoking. Yeah.
made of the body parts of people buried in Krezk.
Not only that, he had created dozens of creatures made of part human, part animal. Insane creatures. Those are all the ones that you heard laughing and screaming and crying and going on night after night. And they were breeding for generations. I don't know if you know about this.
No,
And that's what we've had to deal with.
Stop us if you heard this one.
Yeah, that's
And
why
it was
we
all
look like
caused by
shit.
Strahd.
It was a bad day for us. A very
Yeah.
bad day.
Yep. So the water thing, I understand it's bad, but it's not as bad as the day we're having. I'll tell you that much.
yeah, my children. Are you insinuating that my children have been turned into whatever it is he's creating?
Well, I don't
Wait.
know. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that's ended. There won't be any more grave robbing. You know, these creatures that were coming down and stealing all the dead bodies, that's ended now.
How can you be sure?
Because we had to kill all of the creatures that were doing it.
We cleaned the place out, good and fucking proper.
I don't know what to say. Thank you. I didn't even know this was occurring. I don't know what the abbot was planning or doing. Is he to be trusted?
He's a pitiable man. You know, he had good intentions, but he was twisted. And I hated his tribe before, but now I really hate him because he's the one that gave him the power to change these people into half-animal creatures. And he only did it because he knew it would go bad and because he's got a sick sense of humor.
What the Baron is trying to say here is the abbot was manipulated, so I don't know that you can say that he shouldn't be trusted, but he's certainly damaged and he's been taken advantage of by the bastard Strahd.
Well, don't let him off the hook entirely.
I wouldn't get into
It was
babysit.
pride to him. He had a hand in this, make no mistake.
So Strahd has been in Krezk. Strahd's been here the whole time. And I thought we were safe.
Yep.
Have you heard of a man called Vasily?
There's been legends of a man who once lived in Krezk by the name of Vasily, yes. A nobleman.
That's Strahd.
When you say that Strahd, you mean like, oh, that's so Strahd, and it's
Yeah, we're trying to make it a thing, but also it literally was Strahd.
Yeah, we're trying to like make it coin a phrase like that's bad. Like we'll just say Strahd instead to like
Ooh,
stick
that's
it to him.
yeah. He's been here the whole time. But that must Vasily.
What?
The stories of Vasily go back decades, 80 years at least.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
ask yourself the question, who also has been around a very long time?
That's Strahd.
You're getting it.
Yeah.
You're really catching on to this hot new phrase.
Does Vasily still... Are you aware of Vasily's whereabouts now?
No, he left Krezk decades ago. No one is sure where he resides.
Ravenloft.
Probably Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
We saw him this morning as a big cloud, baby.
This is
Yeah,
this
he gets
is
around
all,
as a cloud.
This is all
Yeah.
horrible. There. Do you think we still need to find him, not Strahd, but the abbot, find him this gown? Do I still owe him that, would you say?
Yes. But no. Yes, the debt is to be paid, but let's just say we'll take that one off your hands there, Dimitri.
Are you sure? My wife was more than happy to get a group together and get to Velaki. But if you're happy to do this,
We're going that way anyway. So we'll pick that up. No worries at all.
I owe you all so much. Don't worry about the people here. I will do my best to ensure they understand.
Is there something that can be done for the water supply? We wouldn't want to leave the town and.
I've got no idea. The water in Krezk has been pure for decades, for an age. I wouldn't know where to begin.
Can I suggest, as a sort of interim measure, perhaps you increase your order with the Wizard's Winery? And also, I heard that they have a new product. It's called kombucha.
Hey.
And it's similar but non-alcoholic. And I think for drinking water, it might not work so well in the fields, but for drinking water, I think it'll do you.
Dimitri, let me ask you something. How's your gut health?
Your bio.
Yes, it's okay.
Could be better. Could be better.
It could be
Tell you
better, yes.
Yeah, it's about to take a real hit with the type of water you're going to be drinking and showering, and it's going to go into all your food as well, I suppose. But yeah, you'll need that kombucha, man. You'll see you're right. No, never done me any harm. I'm at -3 strength, but
I forgot about that. That's right. You're in desperate need of a long rest at the moment.
It's a shame.
I was just going to say, American, you pick up on something's not sitting right with Dimitri. There's something on his mind. You pick up from Dimitri that there's something on his mind.
I'm just going to clasp my hand to my chin and look piercingly into his eyes.
Okay, you do that.
Silently.
You do that.
So he knows that he is being observed. Does he say anything?
Everything okay, American?
No. No, nothing's okay. And you seem shaken too, my man. What is it?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Oh, I'm very good at those.
At disadvantage because
Yay.
of your exhaustion.
Okay. So I got a -1 on that already. So here we go. I rolled a 6 -1.
A 5 -1 actually, so because it's at disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
It's nothing, American. It's nothing.
Well, I've done my best. I was going to say it's a shame that abbot could not have turned his energies and keen talents towards helping this town instead of breeding a madhouse up there. Surely he can help with the water supply. I mean, he doesn't have a menagerie to neglect anymore.
Yes.
Well, with the changes to the Abbey, who knows what that means for the abbot from here on in.
We'll be
Maybe
back.
he'll-
We'll be back to check on him. Maybe he
Maybe.
can turn over a new leaf.
He might even ingrain himself into the society down here.
He's pretty good looking.
Let us hope he serves Krezk from now on. And yes, he was quite good looking. I did notice that.
I'll tell you who he'd make a good couple with. Basilica. The hot couple.
There was some chemistry there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if there was chemistry, to be honest.
I mean, there was literal chemistry involved, I guess.
Yeah, more of it,
Reanimating
yeah, in a literal sense. It was funny because we were talking, we had the question of the week once, like, what's your character's type? And I was thinking about it, I was like, actually, the abbot is totally American's type because I specified that he would have to have, like, a very negative aura and, like, she would think that he would probably ruin her life, but he's also stunningly good looking. So I think actually should be like, yeah.
Kind of self-destructive.
Yeah.
I just imagine he's like him and Cloven are just doing the risky business scene, like sliding around in their socks and shirt,
Oh, cute.
like empty Abbey. Woo!
Blood all over the floors.
Cloven
The
playing
Silka's
the-
like,
I'd suggest for the water, I'd suggest boiling your water for 10 minutes. Or consuming. Also,
I just elbow Baron in the ribs and like, dude, we own like 50% of that company.
sure. But, yeah, fair enough.
I have something I want to say as well. I want to say, how is the boy, your child? Because I'm concerned about what the abbot said about them coming back a bit weird sometimes.
Yeah, the distraction on Dimitri's face returns for a minute. The same look that you picked up on earlier returns when you ask. And he takes a moment and looks to you, Mirakim, and says, well, he's back. He's almost back to his old self. He's woken up with one heck of an ego on him, though.
Oh no.
What?
Teenagers.
The abbot warned of this. He did say they sometimes come out a bit weird.
Oh, good to know now, I guess.
I told you, playing with life and death is no small thing, my man.
He's been talking about being better than everyone. He's talking to his mother about how much better of a man than I.
Ooh, I hate
How
him. Put him back in the
stronger-
coffin.
How much stronger he is as a man, and it's. I'm hoping that it'll settle in time.
It's just assertive.
He's come
Is he
back
strong?
with a bad personality.
He's
Not
not.
strong.
He's not demonstrably any stronger, Molly.
Been arm wrestling now.
They went to the gym.
yeah. Outlifting tree trunks.
Oh God. This is an ill portent.
No, it's all in his head. He still doesn't seem to his max health yet, if you want to put it in
Okay.
If you were to put it in video
Bizarre
game
terms.
I mean, I feel like if you do manage to cheat death, you probably do get a bit of a chip on your shoulder, right?
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Give it a few long rests.
You know what you should do? Is you should have him fail spectacularly at something.
Yeah.
Bring him down a peg or two.
Yeah, just insult him constantly.
We can go beat him up right now if you desire.
Morley,
I'll
that
put up with
is...
this shit.
Are you a father, Morley? Because that is some sage advice. I think I'll...
Just really, really destroy his confidence.
Yeah.
Reminds me of my father. Yes, exactly.
I'm not a father, but let's just say I've saved many a father and son relationship. Right here in Barovia.
Yeah.
I'm somewhat of a Dr. Phil-like character, I guess you could say.
Oh, well.
Well, that doctor sounds magnificent.
I think it's funny because it's like a Dr. Phil-like character. He's like not qualified to give us advice. There's a hack that does it for money.
Jerry
perfect.
Springer almost.
Yeah.
Springer in.
Have you heard of the noted child psychologist Jerry Springer?
Also, Dimitri.
Oh, there's more.
There is more. If you happen to see a woman flying around with bat wings and a spider face, close your windows.
Excuse me?
You heard me. And I don't think it's anything to worry about.
It's fine.
So watch out for it, but there's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, just be aware.
Just be careful. Just be careful.
Will do. Is there anything...
She's more scared of you than you are of her.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
Spiders, you know.
It's
the words of the abbot.
it's a bit like why you have walls, you know? You don't want anybody particularly getting in, but they do exist. So,
And we have it on
Just
good
be careful.
authority. She's not dangerous per se, just mental.
Oh, so good.
I mean, she was terrified at the sight of us, and you can stand us, so...
So is there anything that you need from me before you head off on your... Are you even heading off? What's next for you lot now that...
I
notice
would
Irina
love
is
a
still
rest.
here with you?
Yep.
He just said that he noticed Irina is still here. No, so you haven't left her with the abbot?
Not
I mean,
after-
for obvious
Oh,
reasons.
no. No. We won't be doing that. She's safer with us than she's up there with that fucking maniac.
Yeah. She end up with a fucking spider face or something.
The spirit of Sergei visited his blessing upon her, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
Wow.
Be
more amazed.
That means something, right?
He's still very amazed that, like, Sergei, the story of Sergei was real. He doesn't know what to say. He's just shaking his head and he looks over at Irina and he's, wow. Just wow. This is amazing.
Yeah. Believe it.
Wow. Just wow. All right.
So what's now? Are you guys?
Well-
are you guys resting here at Krezk before heading off, or are you heading out to find whatever it is you're looking for next?
Let's never sleep again, guys.
Wait, Bill, what's your state? What sort of state are you in?
It's not great.
Yeah. Mine's really bad. I have 4 total strength with a -3 modifier. I've got 17 HP, and I've got a level of exhaustion. I need a fucking rest.
You're worse than me.
And we don't want to travel at night. Don't be crazy.
Oh, what time is it?
It's mid-evening at this point. It's probably about 6 or 7 in the evening.
I tell you what, a nice warm fire, a mug of boiled for 10 minutes hot water.
You can listen to Dimitri's son brag.
yeah, let's get him out here for a
Bring
arm
him out.
wrestle.
Bring out the little shit.
Why don't
that sounds
we
great,
play
you
it? Why don't we set up a bit of a gauntlet, arm wrestle, game of chess?
Get him to arm wrestle Morley.
No, we don't want him getting even more of an ego trip.
That'd be great. Well, you are more than welcome to stay again. I owe you that at least.
Do you have any of that wine left? I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we've got like 3 barrels.
I'm heading to his house.
Yes, we do still have basically 3 whole barrels.
Let's go.
All right.
I need a drink.
Yeah, you all head back into Dimitri's house. He has a conversation with his wife about not needing to go today to Vallaki, that you guys are going to look after it. She's very pleased. You tell her the stories of what happened up in the Abbey as well. She cannot believe that all of that noise is going to be quiet and that Krezk is finally going to sound as peaceful as it looks. You asked to see the son, but he's been in bed all day, despite his bragging, despite his precocious nature of how good he is, how strong he is, and how amazing of a person he is. He still doesn't quite have the strength to get out of bed at this point. But that doesn't stop.
He's like a real tough guy.
That doesn't.
I'd love to hear it.
That doesn't stop. Like when his mum brings him dinner to his bed, you do hear him talk about how terrible the food is and how better of a job he would do if he was the one preparing the foods in his house.
He's a critic.
Go arm wrestle him, Morley. For God's sakes.
No, the whole point is that he needs to be taken down on Pikachu, not arm wrestle this weak ass,
just be
exhausted
like,
idiot.
I've got a fucking -3 strength modifier, motherfucker, and I still beat you.
I don't think I will beat him. Is the problem? What about if I just go in with the
He's
sun
bedridden.
sword? I'll just go and attack him with the sun sword.
Thank you.
Just go fake him out with a backhand a few times. You fucking come on, you little fuck.
Honestly, American's just very, very traumatized by the day, and hearing that he's come back just like a little bit off is deeply unsettling. I would imagine the mood in the house is very probably grim, possibly a bit traumatized all over, except for Bill. He's loving life, I think.
How's Bill enjoying the second night in Krezk?
I mean, I'm less affected by what just happened than everybody else, but I am fucking shattered.
Yeah, the night is kind of interrupted a couple of times by like angry knocks on the door and people poking their heads in. Are they gonna fix the water? You hear like some old, and then Dimitri sort of telling him, "Look, come and see me in the morning. We'll sort something out."
Dimitri's son's gonna fix it.
Boil it for 10 minutes. You'll be fine.
Boil it for 10
There's kombucha
minutes.
on the way. I have a question. Have I had one long rest already, or is this my first one?
No, you had a long rest after the abbot came down and raised the sun from the ground. So that was the long rest that you didn't get to get the effects of, which is why you had that level of exhaustion. But so this one, should you get a long rest in tonight, you'll be back to your normal self.
Love the caveat. Okay.
Is there
Just in case.
Baron?
When there's time, I would like to sit down and talk to this head.
Oh, okay. Shit, I need to bring... Okay, thank you for letting me know. I need to bring up some... I forgot about the head. So the Baron is talking about the head that was found in the tower.
Yep.
Van
I'm calling him
Richten's...
Phil.
Van Richten's tower. And you're calling him Phil. So, do you know how you're going to go about talking to him? Have you?
Yeah, I've got speak with the dead as a ritual.
Okay. I need to have a quick look at what's going on because you can. Okay, I think I need to. Oh yeah, okay. I've got some information there, so we can do that soon.
Yep.
Morley, I do just want to say, Irina approaches you despite feeling weak, and says, "Morley, I know I know you're probably not up for it right now with the way you're
I'm up for
feeling.
Sorry, it's not that. Sorry, I misread the situation. I apologize
Ooh.
terribly.
Finally.
I was wondering if you could give me some pointers on fighting, on using like a crossbow or this rapier. I think I'd like you to train me.
Well, my dear, I'd love to show you around a sword when I've got my strength back a bit. I've trained with some of the, well, not the best, but certainly the most eclectic range of swordsmen and swordspersons all around the coasts. But right now, I really do need a kip. But I'd love to show you how to defend yourself, how to put your enemy on the back foot, that sort of thing. Maybe the crossbow, just find your own way there, because I'm obviously clearly not much chop at that myself. But
no, I understand, Molly. When you're feeling okay, we can do some training.
I just want to say as well, Irina, I'm so sorry for what you must have seen up at the Abbey, and what we had to do there was terrible. I never want to speak of it again, but I want you to know I took no pleasure in doing what we did, but it was for the greater good.
I can tell from all the energy in this room that no one enjoyed what happened up there, Morley. I understand what happened. It had to happen. I understand.
That means a lot to me, and again, I'm just so sorry you had to see it.
And she takes you by the hand and sort of feels around your hand, because you've lost a lot of strength and muscle, and she's just feeling around it, kind of how bony and frail your hand is feeling. And she says, "Oh, Morley, come with me." And she leads you into the bedroom to put you to bed, basically.
Cute.
If that's okay with Morley, if that's something that he's happy to do.
Tuck him in. Roll for tuck.
He's got no kind of energy left. The second he can get horizontal, we'll be getting there.
Yeah.
Not in that way.
But he is up for it.
I'll give it a college try. Yeah.
Baron, you wanted to speak with this head. Now, the head, I believe, if I'm remembering this correctly, it was placed into the bag of holding.
No.
Wasn't it?
I was just carrying it.
I thought it was put up, because I think I remember something was asked to fit in there. And
I thought it couldn't fit, but I don't know.
Otherwise, you have just been wearing it around. I need to be more cognizant of that when you're talking to people.
I imagine I would have put it into some cloth, wrapped it up.
Right. Okay.
But I haven't been like waving it around in people's face.
So where are you sort of
Just
setting?
skeleton.
Where are you setting up to have this conversation?
Is there some sort of quiet corner near the fireplace or something like that?
Yeah, sure. We can make that occur.
Glass of wine.
Yeah, you've found like a really nice chair, like this leather chair, almost like an armchair, and in front of the there's a small side table that you've placed a glass of wine on, and you've pulled over another side table in front of you and placed this bundle of rags, and that's wrapped this head onto the table in front of you.
And I'll tell the others as well that I'm going to be doing this. So if anyone's interested in talking with the head, I'm going to be doing it in about 10 minutes and next to the fire.
I want to watch.
All right.
Yeah, Dimitri walks past, talking to Bill about, how the construction of that gazebo and how they were planning to, do it up at some point, but Terrence never really got around to it. And he looks over and sees you sort of unwrapping this head, and he just kind of shrugs. He's seen some and heard some pretty weird things today, and just continues talking to Bill. Have you had any experience with carpentry? He says to Bill.
I do like to pass comment on craftsmanship. Yep, I sure do. I can't say I've done a lot myself.
Really qualified to pass.
But I do recognize quality when I see it, and I really recognize when I don't see it.
I know what I like, and I know what I don't.
And I don't like it.
And I will say that gazebo did need some doing up. You got good instincts. I like it.
This conversation lasts quite some time, and we'll pass back to the Baron, who has. It's just like this.
I like to imagine it's just Bill, just one way talking for a really extended period of time.
100%.
What
Dimitri,
happened to
like,
his charisma?
What do you mean? That's beautiful.
specifically to woodworking, is like a negative charisma modifier. And there's
Don't
like,
get him started on woodwork. Got it.
Yeah.
Mansplaining carpentry.
I know nothing about it, but tell you what.
A lot of people think you want to go with the grain. I don't know what they're doing. Let me just tell you a couple of my favourite joints. The mortar and tennis is a classic.
So the your ritual is about to wrap up. What does that look like? What's happening on the table in front of you?
Oh, well, I got my glass of wine, I got my cigarette, and I'm just sort of making shapes in the air slowly with the smoke and with the light at the end of my cigarette. All magical shapes.
Okay, great. And what happens to the thing you are reanimating or bringing to?
Well,
I guess not life, but you're animating.
I grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of my choice, and it has to have a mouth.
Right.
Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it, or it recognizes you as the enemy.
Right.
This spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animating spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and you can't speculate about the future events. So it's just what it knew when it was alive.
Yeah, right. I wish I knew this was coming. I totally would have created an awesome overlay for it, but I don't have that. Yeah, the waxy complexion of this head remains as this shine and sheen sparkles around it, and slowly its eyes open. Now, this head, again, just a reminder, is a young adult male with darkish complexion. More like a tanned complexion, oily skin, and it opens its eyes and just slowly starts looking around the room before locking its eyes directly onto you.
American. I'm just going to say welcome back for this evening.
It goes to say a word or two, and it's just guttural sounds and air that comes out for a couple of moments before it manages to say, "Oh, thank you."
You're among friends. Would you like a glass of wine or anything?
That is your first question.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a drinker.
Not a drinker.
Thank you, so.
American, is there anything you'd like to ask?
Well, what's your relation to? Oh, what was his name? The guy, Esmeralda's guy.
Van Richten?
Yes.
Hearing the name Van Richten, the eyes widen. Oh yes, I know Van Richten. I know Van Richten very well. He's the man who did this to me.
Goodness me.
Awkward.
I thought he was just saying, he's the man.
Please elaborate. Could you elaborate on that?
Can I? Look, I guess I had it coming, is all I'll say about that. He caught me doing what Jan does best.
Sorry? Jan?
Yeah, his name is Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does Jan do best?
Well, I don't like to blow my own trumpet, but I have been known to nick a thing or two.
Let's see. What were you stealing from Van Richten that he was so angry that he tore your head off?
Basically, I tried to steal everything that he had. I tried to steal to steal his wagon. I tried to steal his monkey. I tried to steal everything.
He's got a
At least
monkey.
he didn't blow it up.
Hey, you didn't keep bringing that up, Brian.
What was that, Molly?
Ask about the monkey. He's got a monkey.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Did Van Richten give a monkey to that strange fellow in Malaki?
No, that was the colourful guy.
Rictavio.
So many monkeys.
And this, when was this that this happened?
Sorry, there's a horse just trekking through the house at the moment. I need to. Sorry.
I conjure the horse.
Indoor outdoor flow.
Yeah. So what was the question?
When did this happen that he... Actually, I won't ask that because I don't know if he knows about passage of time there.
Well, it's magic, right? It's magic that's brought it back to life. So he may not be able to give you an exact, but he says maybe a couple of months ago.
Oh, that recently.
Yes, Rictavio. Sorry, fucking, you got Rictavio in my head now. Van Richten and I travelled here together, and when things got a bit tense on the road, he hopped off into the forest to relieve himself, and I tried to relieve him of his wagon and his monkey, and he caught me.
And killed you.
Oh, so you were allies at first.
Yeah, that's right. We were kind of touring around undercover.
On a tour.
Well, we had his wagon was perfectly disguised. Nice big carnival tent of a wagon that man had.
Oh, so actually you look like a carnival.
Oh, his wagon is almost exactly what you would find in a carnival. That's why I wanted it. It was so garish and lovely. Us Vistani love the bright colours.
Interesting.
So you were on a... It was a disguise, though, was it?
The wagon, well, there was I can't fully quite, and slowly the magical sort of aura around him is starting to fade, and the noises and words are turning back to this guttural sound as it's trying to mouth these words.
Brian, turn it back on.
I'm going to pat his cheek.
Chat.
What? Hold. Stay with us. Just a moment. One final question. Come on. What do we want to ask him?
Can you get it going again?
He's fading fast.
Ask him why he was undercover. What were they trying to achieve undercover?
Yeah. Why were you undercover? Who were you infiltrating?
And again, he
what was his goal?
He goes to say something, and you give me a perception roll, Baron.
At disadvantage or my?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we both do it together to get a normal?
Yeah. Okay. You both are concentrating hard, realizing it may not be able to say it, but maybe you can see what he's mouthing.
I got a +0 on this.
So just give us
5.
Give us a 5. A 5 isn't enough. You can see that it started. He goes to. It's either an F or a V that starts with. Just like you can't really see. He doesn't really say anything. And then the eyes remain open, but the look from it is just distant now, and it's not moving anymore.
Oh, you go to sleep. He's tired. I'm going to close his eyes and wrap him up.
Okay.
He did well.
Is there anything any of you would like to do before we call it a night?
I have to reanimate my skeletons. I have to
Right.
reassert my thing over them. But
Assert
that's
my dominance.
Yeah.
reassert my control over me.
Right. Yep. So
rolls.
you wrap and bundle that head back up, place it in one of your bags, and you head outside to reawaken the dead skeletons and reassert the dominance over the ones that are still there. American, anything from you?
I could do a divination spell, but don't really know what I want to divine, if I'm honest. So
What about where Van
throw that
Victim
one
is?
to the room. Well, okay, so the divination spell it has to be basically telling the future of a specific goal, event, or activity. So you can't just be like, where's the guy?
What
It'll be
about?
more like, is this going to happen in someone's plan or whatever?
Well, we're going to go to the mansion, right? How will that go?
But it has to be a specific goal, event, or activity. So
Well, our goal
within
is
7
to
days.
make an ally of the Silver Dragon.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, the other thing we have to keep in mind is that apparently this god's a little bit materialistic and needs 25 gold pieces worth of offering.
Just $25.
I know. So I'll throw it to the room of adventurers, asking them if they think it's worth doing.
Doesn't feel like it's.
What?
Doesn't feel like we know. It doesn't feel like we know exactly what we want to know to make it worth the.
Yeah.
the
What is
spell.
it? What is a specific thing that you're wanting to divine?
Yeah.
Is Lord Argynvostholt going to be an ally to us? Maybe. But that's $25. I don't.
$25 just to ask something like that. Yeah.
To get a riddle or something back, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
True.
possibly, just maybe.
We have to think of a good use for this spell because I love
Yes.
the idea of it.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
don't want to throw away a bunch of money to get like might become a
Yeah.
friend with someone.
Did you have like
if you're gonna pay like 25 GP, I'll do my best to like actually give you an answer.
Okay.
But there are some things that will be up to dice rolls and role play that I have no idea about.
Yeah, exactly. So if I read the spell, it basically says it doesn't take into account that possible circumstances might change the outcome.
True.
Yeah. You could, I guess, divine something and then change the future by doing something unexpected.
Yeah. So yes or no to divining something. First of all, do you have something that you all need to know? Like, it sounds like Baron wants to know if Argynvostholt is going to be an ally.
No, I was just thinking of something if you were going to ask, but
Yeah, we could get a weather forecast, but again, doesn't feel worth it for 25 gold pieces.
I was going to say patchy drizzle.
Oh, actually, I can use my new cantrip to get the weather forecast, so I'll
Oh.
do that.
spot weather?
I can manifest a golden orb or something. Pretty fun.
Okay. So I'm going to say that there's not much you guys want to do before calling it a night.
Excuse me, I asked what the weather's going to be.
Did you? You've
It's very important.
So why don't you role play whatever it is that you're trying to
No,
role
I don't
play?
care. I don't care. I'm pretty sure it's going to be foggy.
Fuck me. So there's probably not much that wants to happen before we call it a night.
Oh, dear.
We call it a night. You all head to bed. Everyone curls up nice and comfy. You guys have the best sleep in comparison to the sleep that went on last night in regards to just the noise, the uncertainty of heading out into the Abbey. Bill obviously had a terrible sleep the night before. American had a bad sleep in regards to things being on her mind. But this is just peaceful. You all hit the bed and go to sleep solidly. No one dreams anything. It's just the deepest, most satisfying sleep that any of you have had. And you wake up in the morning feeling completely refreshed.
Now that's a fantasy.
So you don't have...
Yes.
So you no longer have any levels of exhaustion. You've got your hit points back. You got your spell slots back. Bill, you're probably feeling fantastic.
Top of the world. I'm going to go arm wrestle the kid. I'll wake up at 6 a.m. arm wrestle the kid.
Go be his alarm clock. Just
Absolute
with a
fucking submission.
swift punch to the face.
Say, uncle! Screaming it in his face.
I
and-
rolled a
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you
rolled
don't.
a one. I rolled a 1 on my D4 to see what season I'm going to be, and it's autumn,
Okay,
which
cool.
fits with having a good sleep, I think.
Cool. I reckon now would be a good time just to have a quick break. Let's do that before
Sure.
we disappear away from Krezk. And let's turn the map off. Cool. How you doing, guys? Everything's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll20 doesn't have a good long rest function, does it?
Um,
It's to manually put everything back like a bloody pain in the.
I just don't use the Roll20 thing to do anything with the HP and stuff. I only do it in D&D Beyond.
Ah. Oh, I'm getting some nods from Shandog.
yeah, that's the only one that really matters, I think.
Okay.
I use Roll20 to roll and put spells in, but the rest I will do on the other one.
That's crazy. There isn't. I thought there'd be like a long rest thing, but there's nothing, is there?
I googled it a while back and it said you had to like install a macro or like create your own macro
right.
to do it.
No, come on. Look, Roll20 is decent for the maps and the tokens and everything being set up with the lighting and everything, but for the actual character sheet, it's pretty shit.
Where's American? Did she just disappear?
She did. I don't know why.
Macro.
Macros did it.
Oh.
You just Roll20, they boot you from whatever else you're using.
Someone in the chat, Cynical, says there's a plugin called Beyond 20 that lets you roll in Roll20 from D&D Beyond. That's kind of cool. So you just have D&D Beyond open and click on things there, and it will roll in Roll20. So that could be pretty good. That way you don't even have to have your character sheet really in Roll20 at all.
If Beyond had battle maps and tokens, that would just be a killer for Roll20, right? They'd just be out of business overnight.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, for sure. I'd move over if they had something as good as like the rest of their stuff, for sure.
Do they have an open API? This is getting way too nerdy now. Forget it. No one cares.
No, I don't think you get too nerdy for a D&D podcast.
yeah.
Talking about API endpoints
No
might
way.
be a bit of a stretch. Well, if you like nerdy stuff, check it out. The Clackinator.
Oh, yeah.
Mechanical keyboard. Clacking away with this sucker. Have a go
This
at
is the
that.
new one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Were you going to get one like a DeLorean? Is that
Yeah,
right?
this is like the in the meantime mechanical keyboard.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah, which you obviously need. You need one to be going on with as you're
That's a
building
message.
your dream mech.
Cynical's saying Foundry is coming to eat Roll20's lunch right now. I know, Foundry seems to be getting some pretty decent systems. Like I'd say functionality-wise, it's really decent. The fact you can drag a sound in to the map, and as your tokens get closer to that part of the map, the sound gets louder, which is kind of cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so you could put like a sound of a fire on a fireplace, and as you guys go past it, it'll
that's-
crackle.
I thought
for
you
guys.
said a fart sound.
Just on the fireplace. Every time you go past a fireplace.
No, this is the future.
What gamers have wanted.
Yeah.
You're getting
Roll,
closer and closer to the fart.
Roll20 is way behind, I think, at the moment. But Foundry doesn't have pre-purchased or purchasable maps and stuff. So you can use a bunch of scripts to export packs that you buy on Roll20 and then import them into Foundry. But it's a lot of work. So when that becomes less work, maybe for the next campaign, if we have another campaign, we could maybe test out the Foundry at some point.
It's such a bummer that the animated maps gave us issues because they were cool.
Yeah, the animated maps were super cool. I wouldn't mind trying to see if I could get those working now, because I've got better internet since then as well. So, because I think it's all based on my side and me. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be like if anyone's lagging on it, maybe it causes issues. But yeah, it'd be good to try it. We're on OBS Ninja now, so maybe that has an effect.
Yeah, maybe. We've got Larp Kiwi's question of the week. Every week, Larp, you're doing such a good job of making sure you got questions for us. What do you think you will find at Argynvostholt? That's a good one. And then a bonus question for me is, what do I plan to run a game after Curse of Strahd? If so, any idea what? So I can ask. Let's do while we're waiting for John and Adam. I'll answer the other one. Do I plan on doing another campaign after Curse of Strahd? I would love to. I love DMing, so I'm definitely keen. It's just whether or not I can convince these guys to continue giving up their Mondays for another maybe 2-year campaign. Who knows?
You're going to have to put us up a level.
So the way I see it is, if we were going to do a new campaign, it would be brand new characters, a chance to be someone completely new. Unless you guys specifically wanted to do like level 12 to 20, but I don't know what books are available for that.
I've never been that high, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you got the what's that snow-based one?
I've got Rime of the Frost Maiden, but that's level 1 to 8 or something.
Okay.
1 to 10, can't remember. But I don't know. I don't know as a DM. I don't know how enjoyable level 12 to 20 would be for like a really long campaign. It might be cool for one shots to grow your characters. Like, it'd be quite cool to be like, let's do the level 12 one shot, and then let's do a level 13 one shot, and slowly work up some adventures. But I just think you guys are so powerful at that point that it's going to start getting hard to scale things.
It's tricky because people use those high levels for one shots, so they don't really come into, you know, what you can and can't do. You know, if you were doing it the whole time, you have to adjust it. Like, you get castles and you have to take on armies and things like that. But I like the low level stuff, but I've never tried a high level, so I can't. That is appealing to think about. Yeah, well, I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it. I do like the idea of brand new characters in a brand new campaign, or even doing a Call of Cthulhu campaign as well. Like, I really like the idea of maybe branching out into something like that. I know that there's a lot of D&D content out there for people to watch, but there doesn't seem to be much Call of Cthulhu stuff, and it's super cool. Super cool. Ideally, I'd like to do 2 nights a week, one of D&D and one of Call of Cthulhu, but I'd need some assistance. I don't know if I'd DM the Call of Cthulhu one. Yeah. So yes, I would love to keep playing and keep DMing moving forward.
What was the question?
That was the bonus question for me. So the question for you guys is, what do you think you will find at Argynvostholt?
Is that his name?
The Argynvost is the silver dragon's name, with the guy that was with this dragon that was disguised as a human. Argynvostholt is his hold, his mansion. Argynvostholt.
Okay.
So what do you think you'll find there?
If only we had some kind of way to divine it. See the future.
If only you could have very specific questions ready to go.
If only I was creative enough to actually use my own spells adequately. God, why?
Yeah.
Do silver dragons have a lot of silver? Because that's what we need.
Well, dragons are notoriously greedy, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Are they all greedy, or is that just some?
I think in D&D lore, I thought dragons were all greedy. They were all they all hoarded their wealth, right?
Okay.
Oh, so some of them aren't, like philanthropists.
Hey, who knows?
Bezos.
He's actually a
They're all
silver
a bunch of
dragon.
Bezoses.
I want to go to space.
What are we going to find? I reckon we'll find some more of the history of Strahd and perhaps a TPK.
Yeah, okay. What do you reckon, Bill? What do you think you're going to find at Argynvostholt?
Yeah, what American said, basically.
A TPK. Okay.
But sorry, they just want to. The reason why I dashed off again is they just want to rewind the conversation about 3 minutes.
Okay.
We're talking about high-level campaigns and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So I got this book from a guy named Matt Colville, who he's done a bunch of stuff, and if you're a DM, you probably know him. But I bought this with the idea that I would run these epic logs for for our characters from a previous campaign, and an epic log in my mind was like you get to do a 1-shot or a 3-shot of your current character, but like they had fulfilled their destiny, so they're kind of in the end stage or the epilogue, and you get to play it out. And so this was one of the things was like it was Dave actually was like, yeah, I want to be like master of a land. I was like, oh, cool. This is kind of like the perfect thing to have. Where, so the idea was basically there would be a war that happened, and there were people sieging his castle, and I was going to tie up some of the stuff with his dad and that as well.
The dad that he totally didn't care for during that entire campaign.
Yeah, and that's pretty much why why this never.
Yeah,
it's still very shiny as new. I have had a thumb through it.
My favorite thing was like how important that backstory was at the start of the campaign, and how you even gave him like breadcrumbs for how you'd be able to find your father, and he's just like, I don't care.
There was a magic bow that he found that had an arm, like a wrist and
That's
a hand
right.
still grasping it, and it was still the bow he was using. He just removed
He removed his dad's hand.
his father's dead hand. But his father was still alive. He just was missing this particular hand.
He was just like, oh, yuck, a hand, gross. Put that away.
Gross, Dad.
But yeah, so I had a similar idea. Not a lot of fleshed out stuff, but I had a similar idea for each character, basically.
Yeah.
Finn, who was Reagan's character, was all about the his place in the giant ordning and how he had to earn that position, coming from humble halfling folk to being a giant amongst giants.
Yeah, he wanted to find a way to forever become a giant. He tasted giant size and giant strength at one point, and but it was just potions. He was obsessed with finding a cure to his halflingness, so he could be a giant with the woman he wanted to be with, who was a giant.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. No, yeah, they were really cool characters. I enjoyed a lot of that campaign. But let's just want to continue. Adam, what do you think you might find at Argynvostholt?
Well, gee, I really don't know. But I'm going to go on a limb here and say I think it'll be abandoned, nothing of value. It'll be like a massive disappointment.
Okay.
I think it'll be there might be one thing there that's like a hook to go somewhere else, but I think it's like going to be this. Is that what happens in the Wizard of Oz? No, that's different. But like, this big mythical place with a lot of lore and history, and then we get there and it's like, oh, this is actually all completely eroded away over the time period. Maybe there's one thing there that'll lead us somewhere else.
It has been a while. Argynvost, was around before Strahd was a vampire. From what you guys have learned, was killed before Strahd was a vampire, and his followers tormented Strahd until he became a vampire, and then let him just be tormented by the fact that he could never die. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been like 100 years at least. Okay, cool.
Oh, I thought of an idea what we could ask in the spell. We could ask what Strahd's goal is with inviting us to dinner.
Oh yeah.
Does he try to?
What's on the menu?
Get us there to kill us? That seems odd. Like, what's his deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe is that something we deem worthy of 25 gold pieces worth of stuff?
I think so.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right. Well,
Before
we get back into it, I'll just run through some of the stuff that's happening in the chat. Cynical threw 100 bits our way, so thank you so much for that. That all goes towards Needle coming back into existence soon. He's asked, have I ever run or played Traveller? I haven't. I haven't even heard of it, so I might have to look into that one.
It's a space one.
And now a bunch of... Oh, okay, that's cool. I like space stuff. That's cool. People are also talking about which dragons do what. So chromatic dragons are evil, metallic dragons are good. Thank you for 151 for that. And then
Spoilers.
Cynical This is just lore. You guys would know a lot about dragons coming from Faerun. So dragons are like hard-coded to hoard things, but there are good dragons, and they don't always hoard wealth in the same way. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty cool. So
Maybe they hoard friends.
Aw.
They hoard
The real
nice.
treasure was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
was the treasure we made along the way. Okay, let's get you guys back onto the map. We're in Krezk. It is early morning. Is there anything at all you guys want to be doing before we head off, other than obviously this divination? Is this going to be done here, or is it going to be done on the journey to...
I think I'll save it till tonight because I don't want to waste my spell slots in the morning because it's a high level spell and I don't want to die because I tried to see the future in the morning.
And we have to find $25.
That's why I'm like, ooh, I want to take everything that's not nailed down now.
Yep, fair enough.
Plus, we need to silver our weapons.
Busk.
Oh, you need to silver your weapons. That's a good point. Have you guys thought about how that might go down, or how that?
Yeah, here's a question, right? Remember the coins that were at the winery? We found them in a bedroom.
Yep,
We left them there.
They all had
I think they were
Strahd's-
Electrum, apparently.
They
They
all
had
had
a Strahd.
Strahd's face on them or something.
Yeah.
I can tell you exactly what they were. Did you? Unless you guys have written it down.
I have a
someone
thought.
wrote
I
it down.
thought what it was Electrum. Electrum. Is that the word?
Yeah.
But there were some of the coins that were different.
Let's have a quick look. Treasure inside 50 gold pieces, 270 Electrum. Yes, Electrum. Oh, and
Because Electrum,
there was a
is-
bunch of silver pieces in there as well. Because you guys,
there was.
well, we're in that situation where you guys didn't care about denomination. So probably at the time, I would have just said, oh, it's about X amount worth of gold pieces. But realistically, there were silver pieces in there.
Right. Because we are after silver. And Electrum is
Yeah.
made of silver and gold. I wonder if we could separate it. Send it to a metallurgist.
A metallurgist. There must be one of them are in Krezk, surely.
They must be. And then put them on some swords.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we need to keep an eye out for someone who might be able to do that for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Could we ask the trader?
The trader? Oh, Brian.
Brian, yeah.
Zombie.
Oh, man. You
If we've
could...
got something of equivalent value, he'll.
Yeah, that's the
My
guy that you can
understanding is
use
he
to...
may be able to help us.
Maybe.
Well, yeah,
No one knows.
if I just go yes, then you'll just be like, well, let's fucking do it right now. I'm
Let's
not
do it.
gonna make your decisions for you. All I'm saying is that's a good thought to have. That's a very.
Yeah.
Good thought to have.
I say we call Brian. And
But
see
we
if
don't
he
have
can
the
help us.
coins.
Yeah, those coins are still in the treasure box at the Wizard of
didn't
Wine.
steal
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Tricky.
He is
Okay.
a tricky beast, isn't he?
So it's morning, and you all head out. The door. Dimitri sees you off and gets the guards. Open the gates, he says, and the gates are open for you all. And you look out from Krezk, and you're looking. Despite the great sleep you had, coming out of the walls of Krezk and looking out into Barovia again, it weighs quite heavily on you. There's a bit of silence as the horse and carriage sort of stops just inside the gates before Mirik and you spur the horses on and you head out of the gates of Krezk and out into the Svalich Woods.
Savage Woods.
I'm gonna name him. I'm gonna name him something else. I'm gonna
No, I like it.
the
You
dense woods.
Yeah.
So what we can.
What a name.
It's just a name.
It's a huge word on there too. It's the only thing that loaded when the map was loading. was the words Svalich Woods and everything else was buried.
So we're at the top northwest of the map here at the moment. Just to the southwest of Vallaki, there is a small point on a map that Esmeralda marked for you. Now I'm just pinging that on the map for you there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
So
looks dangerous. I don't think we should go there.
You'll be fine.
So yeah, and the horse, American, you just head the horses down the path. The trees each side of you is dense again and dark, despite it being early morning. Not much light is getting through, and there seems to be any chance of rain hitting at any point. And again, just like the journey through this part of the woods towards Krezk, you do feel the eyes of wolves on you at all times. Almost, some of them standing right on the border of the woods and the path, almost just waiting for a cue to launch out and devour your horses or attack all of you within and around that wagon. I'm assuming the skeletons are outside the wagon this time, or are they?
Yes, they're walking.
All right, so we're going at
They have
walking speed.
11.
Yeah. So let's take a little look at how long it might take to get there. It's going to take...
Oh.
Can't they run?
They can run. They don't get tired.
Oh, of course. Okay, great. It's going to take by horse at a running pace, at a skeleton running pace, about 4 hours worth of travel.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Did the guy did the abbot have a timeline on when the wedding dress was due?
He did say to Dimitri, you've got a month to bring me this.
A month.
That was the
God.
time frame that he gave.
We got plenty of time, guys.
Easy.
And we've already seen a wedding dress. We'll see if we can go pick up that one, spruce it up,
Yeah.
Well, there must be shops in Vallaki as well.
No,
Vallaki
we'll just
seems.
get that one.
Well,
I don't want to spend money. My God
option-
demands donations.
Look, there's
okay?
probably someone who made that wedding dress that you saw, so they can probably make another wedding dress if you could find that seamstress, for sure.
I need it for psychicness. I'm
I
saving
don't
up
think
for a spell.
I don't think we can buy off the rack.
Yeah, you can. The whole woman's off the rack. She's just parts that have been assembled from the rack.
That is actually true. And I mean, and look how hot she is.
She's stunning.
We could get other parts of wedding dresses, like a quilt of wedding dresses.
Yes. She's the
matches
corpse
her.
bride, isn't she? I've never seen that movie, but
No, neither.
I imagine it could.
This conversation of wedding dresses fills the carriage for a good half hour or more, as you
felt
discuss
like it.
discuss the whereabouts of where you might be able to get one, of the likelihood of making one versus stealing one from the Burgomaster's mansion. You get to the bridge to cross the stream that sort of heads into the crossroads where everything spiders out into different areas of this map. And while you came through here quite late in the evening last time, it's a little brighter, and you can see heading north just above this bridge is just a bunch of paw, claw, and footprints heading into this deep, dark Svalich woods. You didn't notice them before, but they're quite apparent now, and a lot of the overgrowth in that section of the woods has been pushed open as well. That's what I'll say with that. Did you want to investigate those at all, or do you want to just continue on your path? Okay, give me an investigation. Give me either an
roll?
I was going to say either an investigation or a nature or a survival. You can give me one of those three.
Oh, survival for sure. I'm going to roll survival. We must investigate.
What, they've all gone into the woods? Is that where they live? American.
I don't know. Let me roll. I only rolled a 4 plus 7.
Okay, with a roll of 11, you can make out a few things. You can make out small human footprints.
What?
You can make out big paw prints, like massive wolven prints, but huge, really large prints, as well as some small wolven prints as well in the dirt. And it looks to be like a bunch of overgrowth has been pushed aside and brushed aside quite heavily up to about maybe the 3 or 4 foot mark and lightly up at around the 6 foot mark. So it looks like varying sizes, various things have made their way into the woods here. But it almost looks like it's a commonly used path. Considering how dense the rest of these woods are, you can kind of make out a bit of a path through these woods up there.
I dare you to go, American.
I mean, just look, they're little children's prints. What if this is werewolves? They said they were going to form some kind of child fight club. What if this is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Must be where the werewolves live.
Oh, no.
Their house.
We could deforest the entire area.
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Agent
Wait,
Orange.
the children! Not this again.
This
Why
reminds
does
me
it
of...
always come to accidentally burning children to death?
I mean, do you think the children are werewolves by now?
Oh, yeah.
You think so?
Well, I suppose it's like they'll always have new people coming in, right? Because they'll be going out and doing dastardly things at night. And
Yeah.
there could very well be children in there that still have a chance. Oh, God, I think I'm talking myself into some sort of rescue mission.
Yes, Morley.
No.
Oh, think of the children, though. The poor,
we-
innocent young children. What if they've been taken away from their parents and we could save them?
Are we suggesting that we go storming off into the woods to face a pack of werewolves now?
Maybe a little
Yes.
bit.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
American. Yeah, you have your owl, don't you?
Yeah,
Send the owl.
Can you send
Send
your
the
owl in
drone.
and see?
I can.
They're perfect for vision.
So you can see what it sees, is that right? Is that what the
I
deal
can. Yes.
is? Maybe.
I've never done it before. But yes, I can I think I can use a ritual to see through its eyes.
It's a familiar, right? So I think you don't
Yeah.
need to do it. You've already done the ritual.
Yeah. So.
And how
I
long
think
does
it's
that last
an
for?
Action. So while
It's forever.
okay,
Oh,
Until
okay,
it
great.
dies.
Okay,
and then
okay,
it
cool.
takes me an hour to summon it again. I
Oh,
think.
right, all right.
So I can communicate with it telepathically while it's in 100 feet of me.
100
And
feet,
as an-
okay.
And as an action, I can see through its eyes and hear what it hears.
And can it travel, but without you seeing and hearing and talking to it? So it can travel
Yeah.
as far as it needs to?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it can come back and tell you what it's seen.
Okay.
Cool.
A great owl.
Great owl.
Great. Not a grey owl.
That's great.
So 100 feet away you can communicate with it, but you can just send it as far as you like. And as long as it'll come back to you. And then once it's back within that radiance, it can chat to you again, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So what do you want to do? This owl has been sitting atop this carriage this entire trip.
Oh, that's pretty badass. That's pretty cool. I've never really used the owl before. I don't even have a name for it.
Owly, obviously.
Owl.
Clearly.
Beak.
This is going to be great. I wonder what that owl was doing here, American.
I'm just sort of feeling out what he's like, what his personality's like, and I've never really done this before, but well, let's give it a go.
Okay.
You'll be like, may the lunar spirits guide your scout for us, my darling, and I'm gonna send it off into the woods.
It first flies up to the top of the tree line with the idea of soaring across the top and looking down. And it circles a bit, and you can feel that it can't really, and you use its eyes and you can't see anything through the thick woods. And it swoops up, loops around, and just dives down next to the carriage and just charges into that pushed back overgrowth. Just straight in. And it's incredibly dark in there. but it manages to follow a path, and it just keeps following it. And it's been about maybe 20 minutes, and it's still just following this path.
20 minutes. Let's have lunch.
Yeah.
It's obviously before that 20 minutes, your connection to it just cuts off. And it's another 20 minutes that passes.
I've got one thing to say as well. It has advantage on perception checks for hearing or sight.
Okay. Give me a perception roll with advantage.
Okay, well,
we can judge it.
I'll have to look at its modifier. Give me a second, but I'll roll 2 d20s.
Ooh.
And it has a modifier of +1.
Okay.
Oh no, +3.
Okay, 20 total. Perfect. It has gone for about an hour total. And you, maybe even a little bit longer, maybe it's about an hour and 20 minutes before that connection with it kicks back in, and you can see from its point of view the path in the woods, and it slowly opens out, and there's this moment where you see yourself from the owl's position as it swoops up into the sky and circles around and lands back onto the carriage. I can just tell you what it saw. It saw a lot of darkness. It saw.
That's good intel.
It is an owl though, and they can see.
No.
It's
like
skill.
it's more about giving you that sense of how dark and foreboding. While it looks dark from the outside, from this path looking into it, it's so claustrophobic and dense and dark within it. Except for this path, it had to evade some really large wolves at one point that were trying to snap at it, but it managed to evade them. And eventually it came to a clearing in the woods and a large cliff. I'm just going to have a quick look to take a look at exactly what it saw.
A tower.
It saw carved into the, because it saw this cliff, and it just thought to check that out as well just before it came back, and it soared up this cliff and etched into the side of this rocky cliff. There's this wide torchlit cave, and the look of it looks like this gaping maw of a great wolf. And there's just that image of this
Great wolf.
this rock shaped to look like the mouth of this great wolf. Before it turned and came back to you.
Oh, that's menacing. Oh, well done, my child of the forest. You've located some kind of werewolf lair, I would imagine. Oh, my.
The werewolf lair.
Looking at that map, you sort of do your best to trace what you saw and where you saw it, and you think maybe around this area, just north of this current crop of the Svalich Woods. Around here would be where that would have been.
Gonna close my eyes and search the creature's mind to know if it saw any of the children whose footprints we saw.
No, it didn't see anything other than the wolves that it had to evade. There was sounds, howling and snarling coming from the cave, and voices as well. But they were so echoey and reverberating throughout that cave that there's no real words that can be picked out.
They won't say, "I'm not a wolf yet."
I'm an innocent child. I hope someone comes and saves me.
Oh my god, American, this is incredible. Your owl is amazing.
Owl is not his name. Owl is not really. I'm not feeling that. I'm going to meditate and see if my God provides a divine name unto me.
Jasper.
Owl is not it.
Jasper?
Jasper.
That would be a good owl name.
Great Jasper.
And the owl kind of just hops up and down a little bit at the sound of it. And I'm not gonna. I better not just decide on the name for Joe. That would be mean. So.
My name is Jasper.
How did you know my name?
I wish I had a name.
He sounded like Towley. Ironically.
I'm killing this owl immediately.
Don't forget to bring in a howl.
Are you telling this American or
What? Telling what?
the Werewolf Cave and the location?
Yeah.
Because
How many wolves were there?
Yeah, there was maybe 2 or 3 that it was having to evade. So not too many compared to what you've seen.
I'm sure they're all spirited inside the cave by now, along with any of those children.
Well, the ones that it intersected or came across were heading south, not north.
Oh.
Yeah.
are they coming back this way?
Just these big wolves.
We should probably make ourselves scarce, eh?
I'd feel an awful lot safer if we had silvered weapons, that's for sure.
Oh, you're right. But then those kids are going to die. You know, we could go around the coast here, around this lake, not have to go through the forest at all.
Scenic route?
It's probably faster than going through the crazy bush, you know. Maybe not for you if you can run through forests, but I can't.
Yeah, it would actually be really easy for me, but not for you.
You can pass through trees. Ugh. What do you say? Are we going to the Werewolf Cave or to the mansion?
Can we even do anything with our current weapons?
Yeah.
I mean, we smashed those other guys pretty good, I'd say.
It depends on what weapons you're talking about, and Morley kind of takes out the hilt of the sun sword.
I'm just well aware that Irina and myself, there was nothing we could do.
All my skeletons.
That's true. Let's go find a way to silver these weapons.
Okay. Yeah. But quick.
Children.
We didn't see... The
I
owl
cannot in
didn't see
good
any.
conscience leave innocents to die.
We don't even know that there are any innocents, American.
Who are you talking about,
Exactly.
American? Who are you talking about?
I saw we see children's footprints.
Tiny feet.
What if they're being dragged along
Ooh.
by heartless captors about to be slaughtered?
Can Morley investigate the footprints to see how old these footprints might be?
Sure. Give me an
That's a
investigation
good
roll.
idea.
All right. Investigation?
I rolled really badly.
Not any kind of... Oh, no, you don't want... Oh, maybe...
Survival?
What about survival?
Survival, maybe. 'Cause, you know, it's tracking tracks.
Sure, I'll let you do that.
He's so fucking over it. Let's fucking make the roll, man. All right, that's 18 plus 4.
Yeah, while American only noticed the varying footprints, you're noticing that even the smaller footprints vary in size. So there may be some that belong to young adults, maybe some that belong to younger kids, maybe as young as 12.
Wasn't what I was looking for, but that's useful.
And what were you specifically looking for?
How old? Sorry, I get where the confusion's crept in now. How old the footprints are? Like how recent were the
How
footprints?
recent were the
right.
footprints?
Yeah,
left?
not how old were the people's.
Okay, all right. There's a good confusion though. You got a little bit extra information
Size
now.
11, size 12.
Yeah. They look a few days old.
A few days.
Yeah.
American, I don't know how to tell you this, but these footprints to me look several days old, and well, you'd have to ask yourself: do you think the people who made these prints are still in there and screaming for help, or do you think maybe it's too late?
Chances are they may be turned already.
No, well, if you remember, one of their plans was to have all the children fight to the death, and then the surviving one gets turned into a werewolf. So children are probably very ineffective and unable to kill each other quickly. It may take longer than days.
No, only one of them wanted to do that, but there was a prevailing method, I think, where they turned all of the children into wolves and grew the pack faster.
We killed the guy that wanted to do that.
You killed the one that wanted to do the Fight Club style.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the current
We killed Tyler Durden.
We should have kept him alive.
Well, we didn't. Again, it was me that killed him, actually.
We should have let the most violent one of them alive so that we could save them more easily.
Yes.
Why don't we go and get our weapons sorted out, and in the process, see if we can learn anything about reversing werewolf Venus lupus.
Lupus.
We can kill a lupus.
Never lupus.
Lycanthropy, that's a thank you. Oh, Jesus. Werewolf Venus / lupus.
Okay, that's a good idea. All right.
All right. So you guys move on. Is that what's happening? You're moving on towards Argynvostholt? Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, one thing I forgot to ask. Did the Baron prepare mend?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mend. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Is that what you wanted?
Well, no, you promised Esmeralda that you'd repair her sword.
Yes, I can, because I can switch out a cantrip and a long rest.
Okay, cool. So I'll allow that if you want. You
and
can.
you did that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Definitely did that. It definitely happened.
I'll replace light with mend.
Okay, cool. Do you want to do that before reaching Argynvostholt?
I would have done it last night.
Okay, cool. Wait, you couldn't have. Didn't you swap it out after a long rest?
That during the long rest is when I swap.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you've got this beautifully mended silver longsword.
Oh. Okay. I've mended it already. Okay, that's good.
Well, how long does it take to mend? You said you did it last night.
30 seconds? No. I mean, I have to switch my cantrip at night time, you see?
So yeah, that's when I said, when do you want to get this thing mended before you get to Argynvostholt?
Ah, yeah. What should I do it now, or should I press her?
That's a good point.
Just do it.
Let's just wait.
Get it done.
No, you have to do it to impress her, because you might.
I'm all about impressing.
This entire conversation.
He's like holding the two pieces of the sword, like, let's just wait.
This is like the forging of the sword with the Strider and the Lord of the Rings.
All right, what we'll say is that conversation on whether or not you'd be repairing that sword happens on your way to Argynvostholt.
This is good.
We have some of the worst chat on our channel. Just the most punishing chat about carpentry.
And I had another.
How should I make on the scale? Should I repair her sword before or after we get there? Is it cooler if I show up with a fully working sword, or is it better if I do it right in front of her?
I didn't even go into my. I wanted to talk to American about my theory that Van Richten is actually Rictavio.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
They both have a monkey.
They both have colourful clothes.
They had like a fairground theme.
Yeah.
Wait, Rictavio didn't have a monkey, did he?
He gave it to
Blinsky.
And the names.
that's
the
right.
names. They're so similar. How could it be a
Rictavio,
coincidence?
Jen Rictavio.
Come on, they must at least be related or something. It's just
Van Morrison.
Racist?
Yes, we should investigate that further.
Yeah,
it seems an
I'm going with
intriguing thought. I agree, Brian. How often can you talk to that crazy little head you got there?
A crazy little head.
Crazy little head.
Crazy little head called Jan.
Oh my god.
Go Jan.
In 10 days.
Oh, damn it.
10
Ages.
days.
We finished the campaign by then, Brian.
Yeah. Okay, so high above the river valley juts this quiet promontory upon which looms a sepulchral mansion. Its turrets capped with fairy tale cones, its towers lined with sculpted battlements. A third of the structure has collapsed, as has part of the roof, but the rest appears intact. A dark octagonal tower rises above the surrounding architecture. Out of the fog comes a distant peal of thunder, quickly accompanied by a howling of wolves in the woods below. But the house stands silent, seeming like the fossilized remains of some long-dead thing smote upon the mountainside.
Oh, I like the vibe of this place. It's spooky.
And I think I've got some music for this as well. Not music, just sounds. Just a beat. Just a
Oh, yeah.
EDM, yes.
Okay.
Everything's a fixer-upper in Barovia, man. In this place.
All right, let's get some sounds on for this. You are at Argynvostholt. I can't believe you guys are finally here. This is another incredibly cool place. So...
Well, it looks like my theory of absolutely nothing to be found is out the window then.
Well, it is broken and sort of destroyed as you thought. Standing in front of you, right in front of the entrance to this mansion, perched upon a 10-foot wide, 10-foot high cube of granite, is this moss-covered statue of a dragon with its wings tucked close to its bodies. The statue is looking east towards the mansion. And I can tell you a little bit about the entrance as well, if you'd like. Flagstone steps flanked by stone railings climb to a landing in front of a pair of tall wooden doors with rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons. Sorry.
We've broken the DM now.
Sorry.
Check out those knockers.
We are children.
Rusted iron bands and knockers shaped like small dragons.
I guess not a knocker. If it were just one knocker.
And a single knocker shaped like a small dragon. Carved into the lintel above the entrance is the word Argynvostholt.
Argynvostholt. Is there any plaque on the statue of the dragon? Can I clear away some moss or ivy and read any kind of inscription on either side of it?
Yeah, you take a look. There's no inscription on this. You brush away some of the moss where you think that might exist. There's no plaque, no nothing. Just this solid block of cube of granite.
I just want to say to the party, I remember last time we tried to gain entry into a building. It was enchanted with all sorts of magic, and it would be great if we could assess whether there's any sort of magical traps, essentially, before we go charging on in and knocking on knockers. Look at those knockers up there. You see those, Baron? Yeah? There'll be a bit of you, wouldn't they, Bill? Yeah?
While you're up close...
on Silk Van. What's your silk the lady made out of different body parts? So silky.
Up close with this statue, you do notice that this it looks to be a replica of a statue of a silver dragon, and it looks to be of noble bearing. It's very proud in how it's presenting itself. Its spiny frill cracked and broken in many places. The statue is only about 10 foot tall, but mounted on top of that granite block, feels quite imposing.
Were you saying that you would like to find out if it's magical? If you can wait 10 minutes, I can do the ritual for locate magic, or whatever it's called.
Detect magic?
Detect magic.
I'd rather wait 10 minutes and play it safe than go charging in and rapping on those knockers and getting my hand blowing off or something.
Yes, that's true.
Can
that
we,
lightning from last time.
Bill?
Can we also just agree at this point to try our best to be cordial with whatever we find, unless it's obviously I don't think we're going to find any. My feeling is we're not going to find anything obviously evil here, but they may be standoffish.
Yeah.
A dog barks in the distance.
I agree. I would like to get through this without some kind of murder on my hands.
You guys don't want to kill more things now?
Oh, well, there's a first time for everything.
I've never killed a dragon before.
I'm feeling particularly psychic today. I could do some kind of Omen Ritual and see what the results portend for us.
And so yeah, you guys can spend 10 minutes American. Is this your divination or?
It's augury,
Oh, what is augury?
which is a new one. It's a second level divination, and by casting gem inlaid sticks, rolling dragon bones, laying out ornate cards, or employing some other divining tool, you
Don't roll
receive an
dragon bones,
omen. Sorry, what?
Don't roll dragon bones.
That might be offensive. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Oh,
It'd
interesting.
be like, if we go in here, does it portend well for us or ill?
Okay, that's cool. And what do you have? What do you have on you that you're going to roll your bones with?
I think I'll use the crystal ball that I was entrusted
Perfect.
by the zombie boy.
Brian. Great. And Baron, you're going to spend 10 minutes casting Detect Magic, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And how long? And that lasts for a wee while? Once it's going?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, great. All right. Both American and Baron set out to cast their rituals. We'll start with you, Baron. 10 minutes passed. The dragon statue radiates an aura of evocation magic.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. Morley, you were right. Statue's magic.
Magic statue. Classic. Must be
Evocation.
some sort of guardian. What does evocation do again?
It
Baron,
evokes the feel of a...
a day gone by. A rustic vibe.
Well, for
Evoke.
example, healing word is an evocation magic. But I don't really know. It probably can also harm us badly, I imagine.
As is Fireball.
There we go. So evocation creates, I suppose.
Evocation spells manipulate magical energy to produce a desired effect. So some call
Very
up blasts, some call up blasts of fire or lightning, other channel positive energy to heal wounds.
Positive vibes only.
Yeah, does it have positive vibes or negative vibes?
You know what's? I bet you any fucking money. What's going to happen is we'll go up, we'll rap on the knockers, and that dragon who's facing the door will breathe fire at those on the knockers.
I believe you there. If you're willing to wait another 10 minutes.
Just get it all done before we roll up,
I'm
champ.
just going to cast Identify, okay? I'm going to do it now.
Can we maybe just tie a rope to the knockers and just knock them from a distance?
This is getting kinky.
Some of the chain. What if we peg them?
I am casting a first level spell. It's called Identify.
And does that take 10 minutes as well? Did you
No,
say?
not if I cast it as a spell.
right,
I
okay.
can do it as a ritual, but I don't want everyone to wait around for 10 minutes. And I choose an object.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Surely the DM, if we say we will do nothing in this 10 minutes except
Okay.
wait for Baron, surely the DM will just advance time by 10 minutes and you'll be able to do your ritual. Surely
I want
he
it
will.
to play out in real time.
It normally does last actually 10 minutes.
Before we worry about that, let's move over to American, who is sitting cross-legged in front of her crystal ball.
But wait,
She's not. Sorry.
wait. If Brian's doing stuff, I want to see what he's doing. I don't want to predict the future if he's going to change it. Maybe I'll wait until he's identifying stuff.
Wait, so
And then we
okay,
have to plot the course of action.
The whole point and we agreed with this, is that you were both doing your rituals at the same time, right? You can't now, 10 minutes later, decide you're not going to do it.
Okay. I don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise we're just going to be like, all right, let's fast forward another 2 minutes. Let's fast forward another 2 minutes. Let's fast forward another 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to spawn in a bunch of werewolves or something.
It's literally been 10 minutes.
So yeah, 10 minutes has already passed. So I'll pass it to you, American. Was American doing her ritual at the same time?
Yes.
Okay,
Be
cool.
honest.
So what
I'm
is?
scared.
So sitting cross-legged in front of this crystal ball. What are you auguring?
I feel like auguring is right. I don't know. I'm going to call upon the lunar spirits. Please come to mind what will be happening. Is it positive or negative? And when we enter this foreboding house, and the DM chooses from the following possible omens: wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel and woe for good and bad results, or nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad.
Oh.
And this is just for the next half an hour.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And the specific course of action that I'm planning to take is to enter this, what is it, a keep or whatever?
Well, sorry. So I just need to make sure this is right before, and this is me getting specific now. So are you just wanting to know, can you enter safely? Or do you want to know, is the next half hour safe? Like, what are you trying to get?
The specific course of action that I am going to take is to enter this, what's the right word for this place? Tower?
So the
This mansion.
sepulchre.
It's a mansion.
A mansion.
Immense.
Horde.
It's a
If
hole.
we enter the mansion,
So
what is the omen of that?
I'm gonna say wheel. Entering this mansion.
Oh, good.
You
Really?
yeah.
Really, really good.
Ooh, things are looking really good.
It's really great.
Oh wait, so wait a second. So it was
Wait, which
good.
was the bad one? I
No.
mean, whoa. I mean,
So it was good,
You know.
bad, good or bad, good and bad, and then just nothing. So nothing means nothing good or bad happens, right?
Nothing
Yeah.
particularly
Okay,
good or bad.
we'll say nothing. You get nothing back.
Be like, the spirits have spoken, and they've said, wait for it, nothing.
Oh,
Sounds like a fucking waste
Make
of
of
time.
that what you will.
Let's head back to the woods, see if them kids need rescuing.
I hope I got that right. So you just wanted to know specifically the entering of this mansion, of which you get nothing back.
And to be clear, I don't mean entering and standing in front of the door stock still for 30 minutes.
Okay, well, so that's what I was trying to say. Do you want to know the next half an hour within this thing?
Exploring the mansion.
Okay.
Like actually going in actively.
All right, we're going to go for
Not just like T-posing
That's
in the
what I,
entrance.
did specifically ask. Is it the next half hour or is it just entering the thing? You said just entering. So for the next half an hour within this mansion, you
Yeah.
get a big whoa.
wah, 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 wah.
Whoa,
A whoa.
An update from the spirits. It's actually not nothing. It's actually woe in there.
A big
What?
one.
I thought it was
Whoa.
nothing, American.
Well, originally you said it was just wheel, which was great. Is it on the blink, American?
I
Wheel,
wanted to
nothing,
tap the
whoa.
crystal ball a few times. And I was like,
Have you tried turning it off and turning it on again?
Is it a magic 8-ball?
signs point to wheel? No, I'm shaking it. Whoa.
It's a whoa.
Is it like whoa, awesome?
Oh, a woeful omen is portended by the spirits.
Yeah.
Well, we
Fucking
should
Keanu's in there.
stay clear, surely. If it's all woe, American? Is there any way to know if we can change our fortunes?
Well, it doesn't take in any account into what we may do with this information that could change the outcome. So, with that in mind, perhaps the increased caution that we approach circumstances, well, it could be wheel after all of that.
Really? Okay.
By the way, were we meant to meet Esmeralda here? Where is
Yes.
she? What if she's the woe we find? Oh my goodness, is she safe?
Morley?
I'd like to offer up my spectral hand that I forgot I had, and that could get
Always
on the
misplacing
knockers.
it.
Just
Well,
tweak them
hold up.
slightly.
Yeah.
Hold up, Morley. If you're about to maybe open the door or anything, before you do that, I'd like to cast Identify on this magical statue.
Oh, great.
And we can find out what kind of things it would do.
And then I can get my spectral hand involved, if need be, of course.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, so you cast Identify. What you get from this dragon statue is that it once breathed a cone of cold as part of a magical trap.
Okay. Because I can learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are, and if the item was created by a spell, I can learn what that is. And I guess so. It's part
of a magical trap. Yeah, and the spell that it casts is like cone of ice, I guess, some sort of ice breath.
Okay, and that would go towards the door.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What do you think about that, guys? I guess if we try and open the door in the wrong way, we get blasted by a cone of cold from this statue. So that was a good call, Morley.
Always thinking. This is so out of character. He'd never say that. He would never ever say that.
So strong.
That's a really Strahd dragon. Should we go around the back then?
Yes.
Well, hang on a minute. Do you want me to just gently pull on the handles of the door? Okay. With my spectral hand.
On the knockers. Well, I don't know if we do. Won't they just set off the cold and then alert anyone to our presence?
Oh, it could be anything, though, couldn't it? It could be a gust of wind.
Yeah.
We'll all hide behind the dragon. We'll get really close to the thing we know is a trap, and then set the trap off. Who's down for that?
Or
you could call. Hello.
We do want to let people know that we're here, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to get ice breath.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Esmeralda. Did we not say we'd meet her here? What if she's already inside in mortal peril?
Right.
Let's just assume that these people are good, because otherwise we're going to end up murdering them.
Did you not hear the fates portended woe upon us?
I think that was if we went through the door.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Right.
I mean, we could get blasted by the cold.
So I'm sending in the hand. You want me to send in the hand? With the hands, I'm ready with the hand.
Is it just mage hand? Is it?
It's mage hand, but it's the special mage hand that I've got that's invisible.
Yeah, perfect.
How thick is the walls of this place?
You've got no way to know unless you were to walk around and check it out. Check out
Knock
where,
on it with his hand.
there's a bunch of the wall that is just sort of demolished. The southern side of this place is kind of smashed. You could go and check it out if you wanted to.
Right.
Is it made of stone?
Yeah, it's made of stone.
And looks relatively solid.
Yeah, you've been in a few of these kind of buildings. The Cragmore Castle it reminds you of Cragmore Castle from Phandalin.
Cragmore Castle, that's what you called it.
Bad castle.
Basically, I think I've figured out. You're trying to figure out if you can do spells through the walls and like message people, right?
Yeah, I was going to try to message Esmeralda, but I don't think I can.
So, spectral hand?
We'll be waiting about,
Spectral hand!
Hold on 1 second. Why have you put my character into like a realm of darkness?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, you...
Does that bode well?
Whoa.
Darkness.
You shouldn't.
I've only got one tiny crack of light, and it's on the very top of the map, and it's just an empty bit of field. And now I can't move my character. Oh, shit.
What are you doing with Roll20?
All right. I'll refresh it, and in the time it takes to refresh, I'm throwing out the hand, and the hand's going to do this, all right? It's going to yank on the knocker, and then it's going to knock on the knocker. So it's going to yank to see if the door opens, and if it doesn't, then it's just going to go.
Yeah, great. So it's an invisible hand. You sort of send that out. The rest of you know that Morley has cast this. And one of the knockers lifts and pulls towards you all. And the door effortlessly opens. What happens is the mouth of this dragon opens. And it exhales this 60-foot cone of weak wind. It's really doesn't look strong. It doesn't look strong. It's more of just a gentle breeze than a real gust of cold, icy air. And it lasts maybe 2 seconds. It's really unimpressive, and it's just left in this defunct, open-mouthed state.
Does the jaw comically fall off? I would find that very funny if that happened.
It looks like whatever magic has been controlling this has deteriorated over the years, and that would probably it's the Baron notices the aura of evocation just dwindle completely.
Oh shit! I used the last charge up on the soda stream.
It'd be nice on a hot day, wouldn't it? This dragon.
Well, not
It
it.
smells bad as well. It's like musty old beard breath.
Well, that wasn't the woe, so I'm guessing there's more to come.
Yeah.
You do see into this what looks like just an enormous foyer from where you're all standing. You can't see much from the distance that you're at, but it looks like just an enormous foyer but beyond those doors.
Big foyer.
Enormous.
So what do you say we introduce ourselves, or are we sneaking in?
Well,
I
I
think-
say the spirits portended woe when I envisioned walking through the door and exploring as per usual. So maybe if we take a more cautious approach and don't go straight, and we will be better off.
Let's go around the back.
Yeah.
Watch his entrance.
Yes.
And I can use Peppy here to... No, it's not Peppy. That's not his name. It will come to me, but it's not Peppy.
Peppy's still sitting just on atop the carriage at this point.
It's not Peppy. That's not right. It will come to me, though.
Jacob.
We can use...
I don't know.
Jacob.
I don't know.
Jacob
Then
the owl.
it'll be team Jacob and Team Razan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really introduced them yet. I'm worried they won't get along and there'll be sibling rivalry.
By the way, all these windows that you can sort of sneak a peek in, they may be a little too high to really see in. They're about maybe 6 to 7 feet off the ground. So from your current angle, you're kind of just looking at the roof of a bunch of these rooms as you
Not
as you
too
look
high
in.
for Peppy.
No, Peppy.
Not
Peppy's,
Peppy, Brian. I'm not feeling Peppy, actually.
Okay.
It's too cute. He's too elegant.
The silicone.
Peppy,
Yes.
What's the plan?
Shall we send this majestic forest spirit?
Alton John.
Oh, I hate it.
It
Or do I love
send
it?
Elton in.
That's how I feel about the car. How you felt about Alton John.
You hate it. That's fair. I can accept that.
If you're going to use Peppy, then
How dare you?
I'm going to need some instructions for what you do. This Argynvostholt is 3 stories high, with obviously a roof area on top. So I'd need to know what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. I don't. If you want, we can spend the next 15 minutes talking about what's in every window of every room.
Okay, we do that.
Let's just, guys.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go and introduce ourselves to this magnificent dragon man?
Because of the portent of woe, Brian.
But that's if we walked in.
Crystal ball.
I love the idea of using some divination. What does our fate have in store? Terrible, terrible things. I'm sure it's fine. Let's just get in there, right?
Look, I don't want to change the plan now. We've
That's
thought
why I
about it
want
for
to
5
call
seconds.
him out. I want to say, come and meet us out here. instead of going in and getting our woe in there.
Just call
I'm
them
gonna start
And
out.
messaging.
out of nowhere, you just hear Ismark shout out, "Esmeralda! Esmeralda!" Because he's just sort of getting a little impatient, and he's
Sure.
looking.
Rude.
He's looking.
Disrespectful to Peppy.
He's looking around at the ground, and it's like, there's no signs anyone's been here. I don't think she's
Really?
here.
Why did this? Was that a Hunchback of Notre Dame joke? There's Mark's wandering around going, Esmeralda!
You're here to meet Esmeralda, right?
Yeah, but just, I thought you'd shoehorn that in as a...
Is there a massive bell tower?
That's what I was thinking was going to happen with the two-headed guy. And he rings the bell and he's got a hunchback and all that. So there's no reply?
There's no
This
reply.
place is empty.
Peppy's investigating. It's also not called Peppy though.
Well, it seems like it's
No!
called Peppy.
Peepers.
Peppers. Oh my god, that's so cute.
Because that's his job, is peeping in windows.
He's Peeping Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
Great name for him.
Tell me what you want to do with Tom.
Just peep. Probably just look through the window, like a flyby of any open space to see if there are any.
Do you know how many?
Moving.
Like, this is honestly going to take me 15 minutes to go
Okay.
through and tell you what's in every room of this place.
I'm just
There's
like,
windows.
okay,
There's
what
windows all around.
What
So
if they just fly around and if there's any people or beings that they see moving? I don't want to hear about the furniture or if there's a cool painting.
Okay,
But
I need.
if they've got like moving living beings in there, that's the main
Okay.
thing, right?
So, like, I know this map, but I don't know this map. So I'm gonna have to skip through like a bunch of these maps to figure out what you're seeing.
Sorry if it's too much work for you.
No, it's fine. It's just going to be boring. I think is the.
Well,
Okay, well we won't do that.
No, we
then.
can, but okay. So,
No, we're not going to do it if it's boring.
well,
Yeah.
you're going to get information. That's, I guess, the benefits from this.
But it will be boring.
Look, we had the
There's a-
portent of woe, and we
Yeah,
surely are supposed
absolutely.
to charge in.
From this ground floor, Peppy does this quick circumference of this ground floor, and you're taking all of it in. Well, in and out. This is quite a long area, so it's dipping in and out of this 100-foot distance between you and Peppy. It's finding a lot of empty rooms. It darts out of your mind for a bit and then comes swooping back to this vision of giant spiders, heaps of these giant spiders. At the southern, there's all this collapse and destruction on the ground floor, and just a bunch of these enormous giant spiders. And then as it gets close, it's sending some imagery of what else it saw while it was out of your view, and it sends you these image of these three undead knights kneeling in front of this statue, and like they're almost praying to something, and it shoots up to the second floor, and again a lot of empty rooms, a lot of hallways and blackness again when it zips out of view, scoots back around, back into view, and more destruction on that southern side of the wall. Those spiders all congregating on the lower floor. It goes up another floor, and it sees 5 more of these knights seated at this table. And more darkness as it zips out of view. It comes back in, and there's just more rooms of emptiness and hallways. And there's a glimpse of a man sitting, another what looks like to be another undead knight of some sort, but he's sitting upon a throne. And Peppy flies up to the roof and sees a lot of destroyed ballistas and some functioning ballistas atop the castle, destroyed roof on the top of the castle with a hole down into a floor beneath. But it also sees what looks to be some kind of spectral warriors. This is the last thing it sends back to you. Is the image of these spectral warriors after this blackness. It comes back into your mind. It sends this vision of these spectral warriors holding these crossbows, tracking him in the sky, only for your connection to Peppy to just disappear as this bolt pierces straight through your owl.
Oh!
And that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh.
Peppy gone.
Peppy's gone. Just like
Bye,
that.
Peppy.
Well, you don't seem very...
Bye-bye, Peppy. Bye.
I think you're happy about it because of his name.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, he deserved it for being called Peppy.
Yeah. He's going to come back
Next.
with a better name.
Yeah, I think the next one will be the good one. That was a crap one.
Have you just got an infinite supply of these owls that you can conjure up?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of my new thing.
That is a hell of a lot of information, though. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You guys have got a lot of information moving forward now.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, good.
Did you?
Nice.
Smart.
Good.
20 intelligence.
I'm trying to. I hope I gave everything. There's, like I said, there's a lot in there, and I was trying to not be like, in this room it sees this, and in this room it sees this other thing. So
That wasn't boring.
okay,
No,
cool.
it was good.
Cool. Okay,
That was cool.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
enough information and not knowing really where things are. And
yeah, absolutely. I think at least you've got a bit of an idea of where the giant spiders are. That was probably the most direct instructions I get, also directions you got, which was the destroyed southern part of the building.
New friends.
The spiders,
Yeah.
cool. I'd like to see you befriend them. That'd be great. Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, as you can tell, this place is pretty big.
And pretty infested with horrors.
yeah.
Well, you don't know other than the spider. Well, they might be friendly spiders, but you
They
don't know.
saw a
Spiders-
fucking owl flying by the window and killed it immediately.
Yeah, that was a bit rude.
They saw a spectral or a fey owl. It's not like just an owl.
Worse than a windmill. Killing birds.
Yeah, I want to know, like, it is like a celestial fae or fiend. So does that mean it looks visually different? I don't know.
In my head, it does. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Yeah.
It looks celestial, and then
So I guess my one would be a fae,
instead
which
of a
I imagine
terrestrial
would be
owl.
kind of fae would probably be kind of ghostly, incorporeal. I don't know if I'm just
Yeah,
making
ethereal.
that up.
Yeah.
Ish.
Or maybe
So-
it just glows or something.
Yeah, So
Glow in the
it's-
dark.
Yeah, it'd be something like that. It'd be some sort of like, in my head, it's just glows this kind of bluish, like, almost like a ghost owl kind of thing.
Yeah.
Gowl.
Now there's a D&D creature.
A ghost owl.
Yeah, cool. And you've all
did
got
it,
your
guys.
HP. You've got all your spell slots back.
Yeah.
You're all ready to go. I do like that you guys. Shannon, do you have? Of course, you've got inspiration. You're never going to use the inspiration. I was going to give you a point of inspiration for using detect magic and identify on the statue. I thought that was great.
That was
sure.
Molly's idea.
Oh, right,
It was
right.
good.
I already had inspiration as well.
Okay.
But I like the idea, Morley's learning to be cautious, whereas I am like, well,
Yeah.
if it's going to take like 20 minutes to stand out here, if we don't, I'm just going to go get blasted by the front door. But it's worth it checking it out.
One
Yeah,
thing I worried
liked-
about slightly when that hand went up and it was kind of like a weak thing initially, until you said, like, you made it pretty clear that it had kind of expunged its magic. I wondered if it was kind of like it was relative to what was there. Because so if it was this ghostly kind of one hand, that the force of the magic was kind of equivalent to it, and maybe when we went up,
right.
it would scale up.
Well, in the book, it's climbing the stairs that triggers it, but I didn't want to punish you for having such a cool idea, so I moved it to opening the door and made it.
You should have said so, and then I would have made the hand go like up the stairs like that.
Yeah. So no, you completely expunged that magic out of that statue. It's gone.
This place is really run down.
Oh yeah. This is a very, very old place.
I liked using augury for the first time. Yeah. I like how vague it is. It's just like general bad vibes.
I was so legitimately confused about what you wanted to know. People are saying good night in the chat. So Nuka, Quinn, good night. Jackalope, good night. Thanks for joining us tonight. But yeah, I was legitimately confused. I thought you were just saying, no, not half an hour. I just want to know what happens when we enter.
Oh, right. That's silly.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Like, why are you being so dumb? And I was like...
Well, I also don't want to question you guys. I don't want to say that's dumb, because you might be like, no, I've got this thing I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to say... But then I don't want to say...
Intentions.
Yeah. That's why I was specifically asking about half an hour, because entering is a nothing, but the whole place, obviously, like the spiders, you probably... If you hadn't have been careful, you probably would have met them in the first half hour within this place.
Do we have anything that kills spiders?
Swords?
Yeah, swords. Everything we have.
Fire?
You have fought giant spiders before, Shannon.
We also have spiders. We can fight spiders with spiders, just like that saying that everyone has.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, I don't know about... I'd say Morley's probably met one or two in his travels, but the rest of you fought Nesnar and his giant spiders.
Oh, are they that big?
They're as big as Nesnar's giant spiders.
Oh, well, let's not go in.
And your owl saw a lot of them. And when I say a lot, you're like maybe a dozen.
That's a lot.
A baker's dozen or a regular dozen?
We've got the butcher's entrance, and we've got the baker's dozen tonight.
Candlestick maker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think in the past I might have just cast a magic spell that destroys everything in the area without looking at it, but I think I've learned my lesson.
So you're not gonna blast everything without looking this time?
Not without seeing what's in all the rooms.
I mean, they shot Pepe. They're dead to me. Well, they're also dead to them as well, so you know.
Yeah, they're all
Are
undead.
we truly killing if they're already dead?
Oh, well, and that's the thing. So just as a reminder, from what you guys know of Argynvost and his followers and stuff, they did come back as... Ismark was telling you that one of his most loyal fighters or soldiers came back as a revenant and then raised other revenants to fight with him against Strahd's soldiers, to torment them every time they died. They came back. They rose again to continue fighting and really tormenting Strahd and his soldiers. So, and they are supposedly, this is where they supposedly, as far as Ismark knows, this is where they live. That's
Esmeralda?
That's where, like, they were told. That's where people have been told they live anyway. Which is why Esmeralda is here. She figures that she can find some allies within these revenants.
With the spiders.
Yeah, but is she here?
And the spiders, yeah.
Maybe the dragon used up its last actual breath on Esmeralda.
Aww. Yeah, we just find her frozen in front of it and we're like, there she is. She is dead, though.
She's definitely
cryogenically
dead.
frozen. We can
We're like, oh, well, we'll just bring her back to the abbot. She'll probably come back a bit mean, but...
Yeah, arrogant.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened there is that the kid has gotten some of the abbot's arrogance.
Oh,
maybe.
Because the abbot thought he was the fucking man, didn't he?
He did.
Even though we were pressing him for how sorry he was and that Wasn't there that role that revealed he was actually well proud of ours
Yeah.
plans?
He
It
was.
turns out.
And that's exactly why American is actually like, he is my type, because he just kind of sucks, but he's very handsome.
Oh, Regan. That's quite the.
I
I'm not
do
the
suck.
character.
I do suck. That's true.
No,
and you are very handsome, so it'll
It's the
just
opposite.
I actually don't. I actually play my character different to who
Why
I am.
are you saying
because
you're-
it's a role-playing game. I actually
What?
am not my character,
Playing a
guys.
role?
So you're not your character?
Yeah, I actually don't even control animals.
That's never actually happened before in D&D, so it's a very foreign idea. No joke. What I wanted to talk to the abbot about, and I'd forgotten, was like, why did he ghost us when he first saw us? Why didn't he like even talk to us? He pretended we weren't in the room. I want to find out what his issues are.
I think it's because he's just arrogant. And
I can
again,
I'm
I'm
kind
going to
of
put that on the
answer that.
tick for.
I can give you like a canon answer. We can say that maybe this was one of those things. You know how you got the vials of holy water and you did all the extra bits and pieces. We can say that maybe you did ask.
Yeah.
And the answer was that he wasn't there for you at that time. He was there for
arrogant.
Dimitri.
He could at least nodded.
He had.
I was like, "Hi,
He was
hello,
bringing.
hi, how are you?"
He was bringing someone's child back to life. He had more important things.
I like that because
niceties.
He's a prideful character.
He didn't. Yeah.
It's like that post that's going around now, though, about they showed up for a job interview and they talked down to the receptionist, but then they completely changed themselves when they were there to see the hiring manager. Don't be fooled, guys. It's exactly like that.
Yeah,
We're the hiring managers.
You just assume that he's all about business. When he's doing a task, he wants to focus on that task.
That's absolutely the moral of that story as well.
Yeah, we are the undercover boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Undercover abbot. Yeah.
Yeah, we've come to check out your Abbey, and we found it.
You go,
It's wanting.
when
I'm
you turned
actually
up,
the
you
Pope.
didn't know we were actually monitoring you.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
and
a
we're
good
going to
question,
take
though.
away all your children because they're
Take them away.
mistreated.
Yeah. Look, we murdered the one in the well, and we let go of the mental one. What else do you want us to do?
Yeah, we let them to the other side.
Why was one in the well anyway, Abbott?
yeah,
know.
that was a bit
Like the
weird.
scary one was in the well. That's yeah.
I liked when he was like, "Oh, they just keep breeding." And we're like, "But to put them in different rooms." He's like, "They just." I can't figure out that much.
He
They're like, I don't want to think about
he
that.
hadn't put them in
What
different
else did I
rooms.
tell you?
had
They
he?
like to fuck.
He's like, "It's all they've got, honestly." And you want me to take that away from them?
Have I shown you this hot chick I made? What is the problem
Yeah,
here?
I like to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's totally it. He's like, "Great."
Him and
We're
Cloven
coming together.
just looking in the windows.
I
Oh,
can
Oh,
imagine
no,
Oh
not
my
Cloven.
God.
Cloven's pure.
Ring the bell, Cloven.
I love how
I'm
I'm
attached.
gonna go back and kill Cloven now. He's tainted.
I love how attached to Cloven you guys got. That was so
Well,
good.
what I had the horrible thought when we were talking about that fucking Spider Woman is flying around Barovia. I was like, what if she goes back and fucks Cloven?
Oh my god! The
And then it
cycle
starts all
again.
over again.
Cloven will have
will.
a severe case of brewer's droop. That's,
We can only hope.
What you didn't know is that Cloven was the father of all of them in at the
Oh.
Abbey.
No wonder he was sad when we left.
Oh yeah, I just found it so amazing how attached to Cloven you guys got. That was so good. Like
We just
none of you wanted him dead except for Shannon, I think, which was just like, look, if we're killing all of them, we're killing all of them.
Yeah, I was going to kill him as well.
Yeah.
he's gonna die of alcoholic poisoning or
Yeah.
something
Let-
soon, so it's
let-
fine.
Mother Nature take its course with Cloven.
Yeah.
He can drink himself to an early death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The baby head will take over.
Unless the baby's got a baby liver as well, then no, it won't.
It won't. Healthy baby liver. Baby kidneys.
All right, I've got to head off.
Yeah, we'll call it.
So on that.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and watched. Man, people disappear as soon as we stop, eh? We went from like 20 something to 9. Everyone's like, they're talking. Let's get out. leave.
Yeah, no, don't want to listen to
This
this.
is where the best stuff is. How dare they?
Feelings mutual, friends. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for those that are still there, thank you so much for watching. I think we're going to be in for a real good episode next week as these guys jump into Argynvostholt. There's already some links that Random's chucked in. Thank you again to Random for being an awesome mod. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Patreon. This episode will be on Patreon only for a week. No Twitch viewing for people who have been getting around it that way. So Patreon only. And then the following Tuesday, it'll be live for everyone. So to stay up to date, jump on our Patreon, $4 a month.
We primarily go out on Twitch, right?
Yeah, we go out live on Twitch and then we put it out onto YouTube and podcast.
A lot of the people still watching will probably think this is ridiculous of me, but I don't really know Twitch. I've never really spent any time on it. I had a look on it last night just to see what else is out there.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Did you find women in hot tubs? Because that seems to be a new thing now.
This is the first thing that it recommended to me, and this person had 13.5 million followers. Have a go at that.
Million.
It's
a
a woman
new
riding
thing.
an inflatable banana in an indoor tub.
Dude, I was talking on Twitter about this recently. I don't know what's going on, but at any point, just look at who's got the most it recommends channels, and it shows how many viewers they've got. Just look at who's got the most. Click on them. It'll be someone using just chatting, and they will be in a bikini or in a hot tub or both. It's just where Twitch is at right now.
Yep. Men are such trash.
I mean, if it helps, I'll get in a hot tub.
I would. I think it would actually, John. But in all honesty, if you could set that up for next, if you could set that up for next week. In fact, if we could all just do a hot tub episode, that would be amazing. Yeah. That would be so good. But yeah, I'm glad someone else found that. I was like, God, why is it recommending this stuff to me? But I'm glad it's not just me. Thank you.
They figured out easy money.
The algorithm.
Well, it's just like at what point does it just become a cam girl service? I don't know. It's weird. So I have also been looking at whether we want to stay on Twitch versus just go live to YouTube or go live to Facebook Gaming or other situations. But for now, we'll be sticking to Twitch until I figure out what's going on. Cool. But anyway,
you're able to buy a Lilo.
Yeah, and a nice fitting bikini or mankini. Anyway, thank you everybody. Thanks for sticking around while we talk about nothing. We'll be back at the same time next time, and probably a mini prep stream on the weekend. And there we are. Joe's seeing us out. Joe's seeing us out in the car. Thank you so much, Joe.
The look on your face. I won't apologize though.
Good night, everybody. We love you
from us.
Good night.
And Elton John.
Peeping Tom and Elton John.
Peeping Tom, Elton John.
That's
Jacob.
That's it. The hot tub's on.